Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Tuesday. It's a less than Tuesday, but it's not a tier list. It's not a hangout. It's not a fall guy. It's none of that. We're back with the absolute Audacity, and I am so flippin' stoked right now because I'm looking at this cast of crew that I've got going on here, and I have no idea how to read them. I have no idea what they've said. I know some of it's going to be outlandish because Mike Bloom is here, but I'm very excited to talk about it all. Let's start by introducing the first person to my right. Needs no introduction, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's the amazing, the always cosplaying, and the always appreciated by me. It's Ali Lasher. Ali, how are you doing today?
Oh, am I appreciated by you? Because on your birthday stream, Puya, I was listening to you read Mike Bloom's message. Oh my God, Mike, just such a great guy, the epitome of work ethic and great person, like amazing. Oh, Jofo, we don't see you enough, like amazing friend. Ali Lasher, you spoiled the surprise for me, and you try to control the chat when you're in it. Thanks for the
No, Ali, you always, I feel like you always interpret it in the worst possible way.
Someone cut the clip. Watch someone back. I was there.
All right, well, that was it's gonna be
here though.
All right.
I have my popcorn. I have my tea. I'm ready for these takes.
Wait, were there supposed to be props? I have a banana.
Was that like prepared? You just had one next to you.
Yeah, listen, a boy can get snackish when giving hot takes, and so I want to be able to stick something in my mouth if need be. To possibly quell any conversation or start something up. You know, it can serve as a nice distracting piece as well. Ali's got the popcorn, I've got the banana. Mary had a piece of food as well before we came on here.
I was going to say, if we're allowed to eat, then I'll just bring my pepper steak back.
We're hanging out. There's four people hanging out, reading takes. Yeah, there are no rules here. Well, to be clear, there are rules from Mike. Last time Mike took off his shirt on the stream, Mike, no shirt, no service. Okay, you'll get kicked off the call.
All right, that's fine. Look, no, I'm keeping this on because I'm repping the brand today, so I got to make sure I'm keeping it on to make sure that everyone remembers they can go to the store and purchase it. Look, Valentine's Day may be over, but love lasts the whole year round, especially if you love Puya. So be sure to check his store, buy stuff for you, your loved ones, your enemies. Put a little coin in that pocket.
Kill him with kindness. Get him less than 2 merch. And last but certainly not least, the queen of pepper steak, and many other things. It's Mary, a.k.a. Frail Mary, a.k.a. Mary Monday, a.k.a. Mary Kwiatkowski. Mary, how are you doing today?
Wow, haven't been Mary Monday in a really long time. I should bring that back.
Well, I think you might be bringing it back in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. We're circling right back, aren't we? Yeah, I'm excited to go with this. I feel like I always have a lot of hot takes, and I need to write them down and think about them, because then whenever I'm asked them, I don't remember, and I say things like, faxing is the sexiest form of communication, which is a take I still stand by.
It's a great take, honestly.
I forgot about that.
Is.
I mean, faxing is the closest form of communication to the word sex. So I think that
well, there's that. And it's like,
closest.
It's the whole thing of, you know, it sort of reminds you of ye olden days and like telegraphs. But also it's like, I touched this paper and then it got recopied and then sent through a thing. But it's still kind of similar. I used to think,
Mike, but I think text is more similar to letters than fax. But okay, sorry, Mary, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's got too many letters, so I don't know. I think it's all about the X.
Mary Kwiatkowski, it's all about the X.
Exactly. Mary Mondays. Subtitle, it's all about the X.
It's all about the X. Yeah.
All
anyway.
Right. So, the way this game works, for me to quickly give to anyone joining us for the first time here, doesn't know how it's going to go down. So the way this game works is very simple. We have each submitted a bunch of takes into a form that is curated and moderated by the mods themselves. We have no access to them. We don't know who said what. We're going to be going in turns, and the mods are going to put up a prompt or send one through. I'm going to put it on the screen, and then each of us are going to be chosen to read one and use deliberation, questions, whatever we want to figure out who this ridiculous take belongs to. Okay? And I want to make sure that everyone knows this was not an original idea by me. If you follow the YouTube page All Def Digital, they have a similar show. They have a show that I've taken this off of, known as Black Blasphemy. So check them out for that content. Now, what I need to do real quick is I need to make sure that the prompts show up on screen. So, yeah. So let's get some conversation here real quick. Ali, you are someone I immediately asked to come through to do this the first time, but The scheduling couldn't work.
No, so I have, Mary was saying, I forget now if this was on pod or earlier, but on stream earlier, but no, you said this, that you like need time to think about it. You asked me if like day of I could do it. And I was like, absolutely not. I cannot just go to my Kirsten McGinnis and Liana. Like I can't just like produce hot takes. So I have been keeping a sticky note for like 2-3 weeks, Puya, of just anything.
Actually?
That's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Great idea.
Awesome.
But you will be very disappointed in how lukewarm my takes are, despite having 3 weeks to think about it. So pretend you just asked me today.
Okay,
I
will.
Quiet? Someone's saying I'm quiet.
That might be on my side. I will fix
Allie is
that
never
if
quiet.
I can.
I know, I never get that. Hello.
Hey.
Is Sally here? Why are we seeing this fish?
Oh, he must be here. If we, yep, I see.
He showed up.
I see
He
him.
popped
So many
in.
fish.
I want
Yeah.
to. What if I steal that from him, and then every time it's like really about me? Like, we'll know, chat.
You're really validating Puya's comments from Friday, aren't you?
I love the chat. It's just I don't control the chat. I just love being a part of the chat. Oh yeah, I guess the spray bottle is really my go-to.
You have definitely co-opted the spray
love
bottle
the
to
spray
be your
bottle.
own. That's what when I say that you control the chat, that's not an insult. That is you are inspiring and influence the chat to ride with you, and that's not a bad thing
You
whatsoever.
love being called controlling, especially as a woman today.
Oh my God, Ali! I feel like I'm like getting baited. I don't know. Should I just not talk anymore? Like, I'm like, I should just stay quiet. Okay, I've put the prompt up here now, so we should be good. To go. I will leave it up to the lovely mods to let me know in the chat when we are ready to go. It's a trap, Puya. She's a lawyer. You can't win. This is true.
I was like this before I went to law.
Oh yeah, let me also say I think the three of us are screwed with a capital S. I think Allie's got this game on lock.
Well, no, Puya and I talked about this, right? Like, I think this is a very interesting group of people because I don't know your I mean, like, I've listened to you all on podcasts, I've talked to you all, obviously, but I'm nervous. Like, I don't know that I'm gonna know a Mary take from a Puya take from a Bloom take.
Well, on cue, Ali, the first one is yours to read.
Ooh.
And
The first one is my take? I think you're not.
No. You're guessing the first one. Yeah. And it should be on the stream page.
Oh, I gotta go to the stream?
Yes.
I was already here. Okay. I'm familiar with this take. I disagree with it. Woodwinds are by far the sexiest instrument section full section of the orchestra. I'm on record as saying the upright bass is the sexiest instrument. Which maybe I should have included as a
So you can rule yourself out.
Yeah, it's not me. I mean, this feels like a Bloom take to me because it's like obviously highly sexualized.
Well, I mean, but Mary also said that faxing is the sexiest form of communication, so it's not exactly outside her sphere.
No, but you're
either.
like a musical sex person.
There's no X in
I'm a
woodwinds.
what now?
A musical sex person, Mike.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's going on my tombstone.
You have a musical background and you love like a sexual innuendo, but maybe is this too straightforward sexual for my Bloom? Would he like to do an under the radar? He likes a little double entendre in the sex department.
Is Mike subtle? That's my question.
I mean, I think liking a double entendre doesn't necessarily make you like when he pulled out a banana and said, "I want to put something in my mouth in case something gets awkward" or whatever he said about it. Like that's not subtle, but it's not like woodwinds is the sexiest section of an orchestra.
Right.
I don't think this is Puya. I think this is Mary
Mm-hmm.
or this is Mike Bloom. Is that enough? Can I say that enough?
I mean, are you picking one of them?
Mary's face is like begging me to pick her. She's like challenging me. She's
Here's
like,
what I will say.
Sure.
The saxophone is part of the woodwind section, and
close to
sax does
I love
have an
my
X in it.
sax. Yeah. It's good.
Look, I think this is Mary, but I'm picking I'm staying with my musical sex man, and that's fine if it's wrong. I'm picking
Musical sex man.
I'm about as subtle as a bicorn, Allie. You are correct.
Yes,
Musical sex person I
Oh
am
my
until the day that I die.
Go with your gut, people. Let that be the lesson.
Here's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, you say what you want to about an upright bass. Here's the thing. Sex romance is subtle. It's smooth. It's evoking.
Sex
I don't
romance
get
is
that out of
subtle.
a trombone. I don't get that out of a trumpet. I don't get that out of a violin. I don't get that out of a timpani. I get that out of a saxophone, a clarinet, a flute. They all make such mellifluous sounds that I feel like
I've ever heard an oboe being played.
I was going to say that sexy oboe. I was just thinking that.
Oboe, it's all about that legato with a little bit of staccato thrown in there if you're feeling a little bit naughty. I'd rather have that than the exact opposite side of things, which I feel like every other section of an orchestra is able to provide.
All right, now that I got one, I'm good. Like, I can flub the rest of it. I would have been so
This
mad
is like getting an imposter win. You're like, night's over.
That's it. It's
fine.
more about Mary's face challenging me to pick her was like the confirmation I needed.
Oh, you just wait for me to do that on every take.
I will not accept the challenge. I will pick Sex Master Mike Bloom.
Oh, I'm the master now.
It just keeps changing. It's like upgrading.
Well, it's Mix Master Mike. It's like Sex Master Mike. I'm uncomfortable that I said that. I have many regrets.
You having regrets, Allie?
Spray bottles in the chat for me. I'm sorry.
A self bottle. Those are rare. While we're getting the next prompt here, I want to put attention here and say warm thank you to Marisa, a.k.a. Liana's sister, a.k.a. sister-in-law to me, for literally making this for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I got it yesterday. It's all wood. There's like light patterns in the back. It is phenomenal.
So
I'm
good.
loving every bit of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What type of wood is it? Is it
That
cedar?
It's brown. Like that's as far as variety as I know. The wood is brown. She's in the chat, so she might specify what's going on with the. Oh, it's oak. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. It was a birthday present, yes. Mary, it's your turn.
Girl Scout cookies are overrated. This is an interesting take.
It's hot.
It is hot. It's not necessarily untrue. I had a gut instinct, but I don't know if I want to go with it.
Talk it through. Talk through the cookie take on with
Here's
your
the
gut.
thing. My gut instinct, and this is going 100% based on personality and nothing else. My gut instinct is that it's Allie. Because I feel like Allie would hit me with a fire take of like, oh, it's not about the Girl Scout cookies. It's about XYZ brand at this particular store in this location. Those cookies are bomb, and those ones are, you don't subscribe to the whole Girl Scout cookie phenomenon thing.
So you think I'm anti-charitable?
No. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the organization. It has more to do with the like not like, oh, I don't want to support them. More like, yeah, but those are not the cookies that I'm going to partake in and get excited about year after year. Instead, I'm going to get excited about this one. I feel like this is not a Bloom take. I don't know why. I feel like Bloom likes his Thin Mints.
I hate Thin Mints. Chocolate and mint. Maybe I should have put it there. Chocolate and mint is like a sin in the form of a dessert.
Yeah. Are you saying that though,
Yes.
or are you saying that to throw me off?
I mean, listen, I'm speaking my truth.
Well, you polled the audience here. Incredible.
Who's taking
Yeah,
this?
they
So,
try and get guesses in. It's fun.
My second, I don't want to read the chat though, just in case anyone has actually like, if this is Puya's take and then Puya like has said this before on stream, I would worry about that. So Puya was my second choice on this one though, but I feel like I'm not getting a whole lot from y'all. Am I allowed to ask questions? Is that what we're
Hell
doing?
yeah, it's encouraged.
Okay, great, cool. Okay,
Inquire
so this
away.
is like Spyfall. So Puya,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you then. I don't know if this is a Canadian thing. I was gonna ask this. Have you ever do you know what type of food items the Boy Scouts deliver in our famous store?
Absolutely not. I don't know anything about the Boy Scouts.
I love that question.
and I
need
feel
to know the
like-
backstory.
Like the whole thing for me is that obviously a lot of my knowledge on the Girl Scouts comes from TV, and they're more heavily like featured on shows and stuff, and the cookies are more talked about on the shows and stuff, far more than the Boy Scouts. I feel like the Boy Scouts don't really get much conversation. Yeah, so I don't know much.
Not
about
in
them.
the food industry, at least, unless
they-
you're in my household.
Do you
and
hear
that's all
about them in
know.
other
Do
industries?
they do food? I thought they make little cars and they race the little cars.
Yes,
Well, no,
that's what I was like
that's the Pinewood Derby.
Pinewood Derby, like Eagle
Where's-
Scout projects. Those are more well known for Boy Scouts camping, that kind of thing. You're not like
I can
gotta get
imagine
the
Boy
popcorn
Scouts.
and
You know what I can
peanuts.
imagine Boy Scouts? I can imagine them delivering like crackers,
No.
like
Popcorn
packs
and
of
peanuts.
saltine,
Salty.
saltine crackers to door to door.
That sounds
Yeah.
sad.
I love that.
Okay. So Mike, obviously not a Thin Mint person. But have you had Girl Scout cookies before? I'll ask that.
So I've had the main ones that I've really had. I've had Samoas, which I really am not a terrible fan of. I don't like coconut really involved in a lot of desserts. And I've also had tagalongs. And while peanut butter and chocolate is a winning combo, it's much better found in things like peanut butter cups. So I think that basically all the Girl Scout catalog, you look it down, it could be done better in basically any other aspect in the grocery store.
Right.
Do I get a question or no?
Well, I'm trying to think because now Mike is talking a lot like they're overrated, like he wants me to pick him, but maybe that's like the double reverse, and it really is true, and it's because he said that. So, but you know what? I feel like I can't believe anything anyone's saying anyway. So this may be wrong. I'm going with my initial gut. I'm going with Allie.
I think I should have gotten a question, but you are correct. It is me. And it seems like we all agree, which is great. So it's not a hot take.
I like the Samoas. I like the Caramel Delights, which are the other name for them. Those are pretty much the only ones I'll eat, and I don't really go for the other ones.
I'm actually really happy you didn't ask me a question because I wasn't sure. Like, yeah, I thought Mike was like doing the double reverse, like whatever. Or he was just like telling you I agree
Princess
with
Bride.
Like, pick me, it's not me. And so then I was like, well, now I have to do the same because I can't be like, I have Samoas in my pantry. This is why I thought of it. I recently ordered Girl Scout cookies. I think you should support your troops. This was a Girl Scout troop in New York that was for children in homeless shelters.
Oh yeah, that was like Troop 600, I think.
Yeah, I went something like that. I went to, I got 2 boxes of tagalongs, a box of Samoas, a box of trefoils. I'm a shortbread gal. And then I was like, and I'm going to donate 2 boxes because I can't even think of anything else I would want. And I got them and I was like, I mean, I'll eat them. Overrated. Like, I don't think people need to freak out about cookies.
I think the thing is, like, being a Girl Scout when I was younger, not for a hugely long time, but short period of time, like when we would get the Girl Scout cookies, they would be gone in my house in an instant. So you had to eat them like quickly. You had to like claim your couple Girl Scout cookies and eat them. But as an adult, like I'll usually buy them outside the grocery stores where you see them set up. And I'll buy like, 2 or 3 boxes. And the last time I did that a year or so ago, they expired because I never even ate them. So they just sat at my house and I never got around to it. I was like, one day I'll feel a craving for Girl Scout cookies. It just didn't happen. So
it's such a scam.
Could its popularity be from scarcity, right? From this idea of like, well, you got them, buy them now. It's almost
it's like the McRib.
Or eggnog. Like, oh, you better drink your noggy face off for 1 month because the other 11 months of the year you're not going to get it. You're like, well, I don't really want it now, but I guess I have to take it because I'm not going to get it any other time.
In the interest of complaint, go ahead, please. Sorry.
Is it the same size as like a Oreo container? Like, how many sleeves is it?
Small, 15 cookies into tagalongs, like 15 in the smallest. Trefoils, you get like the Thin Mint, like 2 sleeves. But it's all bullshit. I mean, the scam is. Go ahead, Mary. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, the quantity, like, that's the reason we used to get Thin Mints was because Thin Mints came with more of them, and also you could eat 4 Thin Mints, and that was a serving. Where all the other cookies were 2 or 1 cookie. So we always like win for those because even though we didn't like them as much, you could eat more of them.
Yeah, Thin Mint's famously good for anyone on a diet. I don't know. I think the scam is that when I was a brownie for 3 years, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was like, whatever. My mom would not bring the cookie order form to work, and neither would my dad, because they were like, I'm not doing that for you. If you want to like call our friends on the phone and like learn business, you can do that. I hated it. I sold like 3 boxes of cookies a year. Now you could just shoot out a link via email and have people order cookies from you, and they ship it to you. And it's like, I'm really just jealous. It's like kids today have it so easy.
It's way easier now.
Do kids still have to sell? Back when kids were able to go into physical school world, did they still have to sell magazines to get like little doodads every time you sell a certain amount of magazine subscriptions?
That was the worst, the magazine subscription thing, because I never sold more than like 1.
What do you mean magazine subscription thing?
So what they would do is they would bring in like a catalog of, okay, kids, you're going to go sell a bunch of magazine subscriptions to people in your life or complete strangers, depending on the tactics that you took. And there were both, I think, depending on where you were affiliated, they were both group, prizes, and there were individual prizes as well.
In lieu of cookies?
We call this public school shit, Puya.
It was public
school would get money based off the top of you selling this. And you could like go in the money machine if you like sold 6,000 magazine subscriptions.
Yeah, or like, oh, if we sell 12,000 combined, we're going to Splash Mountain. You know, like one of those. Oh, the class is gonna get a goat or whatever.
But it was horrible because it was like if you sold X amount, you'd get whatever, some kind of prize, and then it was like, yeah, if your school sold a lot, you'd get that. But a lot of times it would be like, okay, they would make an announcement: everybody who sold 25 or more magazine subscriptions, come to the cafeteria for a pizza party. And I'm like, this is unfair. And everyone who didn't just sits around, does nothing.
Yeah, no. If you're gonna sell me shit, it better be edible, and it better be tasty. Otherwise, good luck. Like, you're not getting
those
my
Boy
money.
Scout crackers, man.
Oh, they go down great.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
All right. Let me see if the next take is up and ready. It's not. Oh, there we go. Right on cue. Mike, your turn.
Are we supposed to be keeping track, or is there like a
No, I mean, honestly, like the last couple of times, it's come down to like one person clearly got 2 right and no one else got any right.
But we'll be able to Mary keep won, Allie won.
Allie's like, I'm framing. This is going on the fridge if I win tonight.
Anticipate a nice goose egg next to my number, and luckily I don't need to sell those. All right, here we go. If a mimosa is acceptable at brunch, so is tequila. All right, interesting take. This is sort of like mimosa is like a gateway beverage when it comes to indulging alcohol. Now, look,
did Missy
Allie,
submit takes? Was this my friend Missy's take?
I was gonna say I love you, Allie. This does very much have your energy behind it, but I wonder if that is a bit of a folly. I mean, I need to sort of think about the alcohol-based habits of our other 2 friends here in the Zoom tonight. So yeah, Puya, give me a little bit of your own. Give me your history with brunch. I know that obviously working in a bagel store for a while, you probably have some history with it, but are you a brunch person? If you are a brunch person, you know, what do you typically indulge in?
Oh, hell yeah. One of my fond memories of my trips with Liana, so we usually went to Montreal, but we had one of our 2 trips out of the many was in Toronto, and it was New Year's Eve morning. We went to this place that did bottomless mimosas for brunch, and it was phenomenal. And I was like, we need to do this more, but there's not many bottomless mimosa places, especially in Ottawa, there were none. So when we got the opportunity, we did it. I love brunch. It's literally eating breakfast foods closer to lunch. What's not to love? And I love all the items. I don't discriminate. If you give me an Eggs Benedict, I'm all about it. So, and how often am I eating that? I'm not eating it often. So
I don't like
why'd you make a face to Eggs Benedict? Do you have a problem with Eggs Benedict?
I don't like how you emphasize the last syllable in Benedict.
I did it because you're the one asking, and I knew you'd like it. So that's why I did it, okay? I'll be honest.
Sex man Mike Bloom.
Yeah, exactly.
Master music sex man.
Yeah,
but no, Listen, I love my brunch. I love my mimosas. I love my tequila. I love all the things. Yeah.
But do you love them together is the main question. Mary, what is your personal history with tequila?
With tequila, I thought you were going to ask about brunch, because I famously only eat eggs when they're made with love, so I don't usually partake in, which should have been a take of mine. Ugh.
What does that mean?
What a slam on the restaurant industry. You don't think people are cooking up eggs?
Like, I don't really like
they
eggs.
They cook it and feel it enough.
Yeah, I don't really like eggs, but like if like one of my parents was making them, or if I had a significant other who was like really good at making eggs, I'd be like, yeah, I'll try yours. But I'm not like going through the breakfast buffet eating the scrambled eggs just because I love them so much. Like, nah. So my history with tequila, well, when I was 12, no, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
Tequila's fine. So actually, tequila is, while the famous tequila shot, is done with the whole salt and the lime. Another good alternative, if you're not feeling particularly salty or limey in the day, is if you put some cinnamon or cinnamon sugar mixture, and then you eat an apple or an orange slice after. Sounds weird, but and it's not like, oh, apple pie. It's just for a little sweet recovery. Plus, I really appreciate when you can just like eat the thing. You're not just like biting in the lemon or lime, but you can just eat it. That's nice.
Allie, what is your what's your status on day drinking? Are you someone who is like totally cool with it? Are you able to like recuperate naturally afterwards on a weekend?
So I have a rule. My dad had a rule famously that was like no drinking before noon. Just in his life, he didn't like press that upon me, but it's just like famously prior to noon, on vacation, you could not catch him with a drink in his hand. I have like a nice little gin bottle in frame right there.
Ooh.
Not tequila though. I don't have tequila in my apartment, I think. Right now, not never. Day drinking. I personally like a day drinking situation because then I'm early to bed. Like if you can be drinking with people during the day and then go to bed at 8 on a weekend when you don't have work, great. What's the harm? Love it. I can't rally from like a day drinking to a night drinking. I'm nearly 30, Mike.
As someone who's over 30, I very much feel that. All right, so let me parse this out here. So Mary gave me a lot, including what seems to be like a balanced breakfast version of how to do a tequila shot between an orange and a cinnamon sugar thing. But with her take about how she really is not like a fan of eggs unless they were prepared by someone who cares, I suppose, that does lead me down this weird rabbit hole of logic of like, well, if she's not concentrating on the food, she might be on the alcohol. And so in that regard, I might get Benedict over here, but I'm gonna say this is Mary's take.
The chat was with you. The chat said 40% Mary.
Yeah. It's not my take. Sorry.
Oh.
I do agree with it though. I just didn't write it.
You said it had Allie energy.
Oh, I should have gone with the obvious.
When I wrote this take, I was like, this is obviously me.
This is how you get it.
But it seems too obvious. That's the problem. I probably would have thrown that like
when
on
I
a
read
Thea.
it. Yeah, when I read it, I thought, is this me writing as Allie? Because I've definitely done this
That's
before.
right.
Yeah. But like, I love this take because like, yeah, if we're why stop at the champagne and orange juice? Why not get a little bit of tequila in there? Why not?
If you go to brunch with me, which I hope you all do one day, I will ask for the regular cocktail menu. If I get served like a brunch cocktail menu that has like a Bloody Mary or whatever, I'm like, can I see your regular? Assuming there's like a bartender there on set who's making it, I'm not going to try to like be difficult. I'll ask that. And I'll say, like, can I see your regular cocktail menu? And it's a revelation. Like, everybody should be doing this. Drink responsibly. But don't let them pigeonhole you. If you can have a screwdriver, you can have a margarita if the mood suits you.
Absolutely. That's the thing. Like, yeah, you're not talking about just, like, have straight tequila. Like, have tequila drinks. Have tequila sunrise.
You should want to. I just think the classification that, like, a vodka orange juice. And I think the way I wrote this maybe was... I struggled with how to write this. Like, you should be able to have any alcohol if you've determined that you can have any alcohol, like some alcohol during the day. I don't know why Bloody Marys, which have hard alcohol in them, are for the morning.
No, I mean, this is like...
Gin and tonic is not.
This is great, but I feel like I think that we're moving more in this direction because a lot of the brunch places I've been to in the last couple of years will have like 8 or 9 while they are on their brunch menu, but they will have like tequila or vodka-based drinks or different things.
But I've ordered famously like a smoky rosemary like mezcal drink that comes with like smoke coming out of it like at like 1 p.m. And people were like, and I was in Michigan when I did this, and people were like, what? And I was like, those in champagne flutes shouldn't throw stones.
And then you'll break your champagne flute.
Yeah, those in glass champagne flutes shouldn't throw stones. So do I get a point for stumping or no?
No. You get points
that
for guessing.
I take issue with. I think you should also get points for stumping, but house rules.
I love this take that in the chat. On the flip side, I want Bloody Marys in the club.
Yes, you should be able to order that at night.
Yeah, it's sort of like having breakfast for dinner, right? Like we can flex the timeliness of all this stuff.
I would not mind if it was normalized to have vodka and OJ at like a party or a club. It'd be like, that's a vibe to me. That'd be a good time.
Oh yeah, come over. We'll have vodka OJ.
Easy pickings. I'm here. I'm in. Okay, so let me read this take, which you should always rinse your body before bed. Hair optional. Okay. I'm assuming rinse is just water. Like there's no soap involved here. But then I'm like, if you're rinsing, you might. Okay, you know what? Let's just let's tear the Band-Aid off here.
Can
Mike.
I vote in the poll?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. Mike, are you ever a rinse guy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially after you cook, because smells can just like permeate your clothes, and then since you're wearing your clothes, assuming you wear your clothes when you cook, that ends up sticking to your body, and afterwards you end up, even when you like change your clothes, you still end up smelling like that. And nobody wants to get into bed smelling like the meal that they prepared. So a nightly rinse is always good to like not even wash that, but like wash the day off of you in general. And so then you can prepare to engage in whatever activities you want to at night.
All right. Mary.
Yeah, you know this isn't me. I'm just gonna mute.
Don't Among Us me. Don't be like, this is so obvious not me.
I remember the last shower I took.
I'm ready to vote.
Mary, are you a big supporter of like shower every day, or are you like a one day in between kind of person? Like what's the haps?
Well, I think the biggest debate part of this right here is the hair part, which is why I appreciate the hair optional part at the end there, because people have, I think let's pretend you don't have to do the hair part every day. Yeah, I think washing or rinsing your body at least once a day could be nice. I mean, if you're working out, that's like an obvious. If you've gotten sweaty or physically dirty in some way, that'd be good. But I like this take because it feels like if you ever go to a city any time of year, if it's like it sort of has that city like feel, like you just got like you walk through like a blast of smoke or steam, and you just feel like not 100% clean, even if you didn't work up a sweat or like walk through a field. So I feel like I like this idea here of the rinse.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to Mike real quick. Mike, are you a morning showerer or a night showerer?
Both, baby. You shower in the morning to wake yourself up. For a while before I got onto coffee, showering was the way that I woke up in the morning. And then you shower at night. It's more of a rinse, as you talked about. Again, it's not going to be it doesn't need to be washing your hair. It's just step in there, soap it up, get a lather going, rinse off, and then go on with the rest of your day. But I'm definitely someone who has to get water on himself in a major capacity at least twice a day.
At least twice a day, winter or summer, all the seasons?
Oh yeah, well, especially like winter, you get all sweaty and stuffy from being bundled up all day and from just going from the heat to the cold back and forth. Summer, you're sweating all day, so you're just naturally covered in the tracks of your own perspiration that you've got to shower constantly.
Okay. Let me make it clear. I've officially eliminated Ali. From contention here.
Remember when I said this isn't me, and that would have been a great, honestly, strategy. But like, Puya, this isn't me.
I'm. It's down to the two. I'm sensing a lot of Mike saying all the right things to make me pick him. And I initially thought this was him. I gotta ask Mary another question before I proceed here. You should always rinse your body before bed. Full stop. Hair optional. Full stop. Mary, how often are you a hair rinse wash person?
I personally probably overwash my hair. I like do a shampoo basically every day unless I'm like living inside, like if I'm not leaving my room and don't have to see anyone, then I might go a couple days, but pretty much
a hot
any
take.
chance. I know that's not, it's like not popular now. I know, I'm sure it's terrible. Everyone's probably writing, dries out your hair, it's horrible, it's bad, blah blah blah. But like it I don't know, I have some obsessive tendencies, like I like to wash my feet a lot too. Like if you're putting on or off socks, you just got to wash those as well.
Puya, just so I know who's here, we have two very clean people. How often are you showering? Do you agree with this take?
I don't agree with this take because for me, if I rinse it and I'm not going to bed, like go in the water, I wake up. So like this is horrible for me. I don't like that. If I don't like, especially with the beard and stuff, if I don't let it dry out properly and just go to bed, I will catch a cold or something. Like I'm gonna wake up feeling not great. Very sensitive. But no, like I could never do this. For me, if I'm showering, it's happening in the morning. Unless, of course, if I've hit the gym or when I used to go for my soccer games on the weekly, that would have to shower at night. Because like I'm not if I'm getting in the bed nasty, that's a problem. But if I'm like at home and stuff, like I'm not gonna like do it because like again, sleep. You know what? Like we just gotta move on. I just gotta make a decision and move on here. Mike, I'm picking you.
Nah, bro.
That was Mary.
By a mile.
Mary.
And like what I want to let me for everyone who's like, first off, people, I said nowhere that you do not dry yourself. People are like, why are you getting into bed wet? That is not what I have said.
No, you
at
walk
all.
directly out of the shower into your bed.
You've never
Dry
gotten
yourself
into your
first.
bed completely wet
No,
as of the towel.
But like
I do
what,
that all the time.
What I mean here, and I know
All
that
right.
this is not like a great take in terms of water usage or whatever, but like you can, sure, and I'm saying bare minimum you need to rinse your body. You can soap up, you can take a full shower, you can do your hair, all that, whatever. If you're like an evening shower person, that's fine. But I'm saying if you're a morning shower person or an every few days like full wash person, even if all you've done is like take a walk or go to work, for me, you've got the everything in the air of the days on you, and you just need to whoop. It's like, I call it like a full body hand wash. Like you're just real quick, like you'd wash your hands. It could be fast, it could be like 2 minutes. You pop in, pop out, whatever. But I just appreciate, especially if you're a person who wears like the same thing to bed for multiple days in a row, don't be taking off your dirty day clothes and putting on the same thing multiple times and getting in that bed. The sheets, I mean, this cuts down on the amount of time you have to wash your sheets also. And I will admit that there is a lot of like my own personal OCD that goes into this. Also the same with like the whole washing your hair every day. I understand you can train your hair to not do that. I have cut it down to where I'm only using at least like baking powder and stuff. And not baking powder or baking soda. Now I've forgotten which one's right. Whichever one of those is correct. I'm using the correct one. Yeah, make a little paste out of it, be using that to help. But like I just can't get past it.
Some of us revel in the air of the day, Mary. Okay?
No. I will try.
We're in New York City, baby, and we just want to keep that with us. Or
we
some of us haven't
wear it.
left our apartment in like 6 to 8 weeks. So,
Yeah,
you know.
well, and that's why, like, I don't do this necessarily if I literally haven't, but it's like a mental thing where I will wake up, literally not go anywhere, stay in my house the entire day, get in bed, lay there awake for 30 minutes, and then have to get up and really quickly rinse off because I just like can't. I feel anxious about it.
As the giveaway was the hair I feel like Mike would write this take, but he wouldn't say hair.
Yeah, wouldn't say hair up.
I thought this was Mike Smith
excuse
masking
you.
it. I thought he was trying to pretend to be one of you. That's what I thought.
Well,
Mike,
not
so wait.
me. He was not pretending to be me.
So just to be clear, Mike, you weren't trying to you do twice a day enter the shower and leave the shower?
No, I don't. But
Okay.
my wife does. So this is an opinion I was very easily able to
we
co-opt.
lie? We're allowed to lie, like straight up to you.
Oh, I think we should be allowed to lie during the questioning.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the straight truth, which is like my dad. That's why I try to throw you off. Like my dad never drank before noon. I do, but he didn't.
Yeah, you can lie. Lying is fine. Like I've had
Okay.
someone asked me about a band on the first one we did, and I like looked up the discography mid conversation and just like tried to like wing it. So definitely fair game. Fair game.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Mike, that was very convincing.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it's pulling from experience. It's good stuff.
Exactly. I live with a person who had that exact who does shower twice a day. So and very much along Mary's line. So it's very easy to pull from.
But I felt like if I said shower twice a day, people would like get really on that. Because a lot of times it's like you shower in the morning and then you do real quick rinse in the evening, real fast. Anyway, look, people have like 20-minute long moisturizing routines. The 2-minute shower is not going to kill you.
Your take is undoubtedly correct. Like, and don't let anyone get on you, much less me. You're right.
See,
good.
I couldn't. Yeah, like I would be. This isn't an outrageous thing to do. I'm just hella lazy, so like it's not happening.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's
no,
like-
you're Mary.
Yeah.
You are the gold standard. You and Angela Bloom are the gold standard of cleanliness. We're 3 disgusting people.
Absolutely. Blah.
All right, time for the next one. Lovely mods. Allie, it's your turn.
Can't wait. I had a nice break. That was fun to watch. I'm eating my popcorn. Kevin Hart has no business being as famous as he is for his level of comedy. I was like, height? Okay. I mean, I want to just guess on my gut. My gut's sus. It's like I want to do what I would do, but is that good for the stream if I just guess?
We got a lot of takes to go through, so
All
I'm
right,
sure we
here's
don't
what
mind
I'll
if you
do.
just.
I love the drama. Really quick.
Okay.
I'll write my answer down. No matter what you fools say, I am going with this answer. Okay. I don't think it's right. I don't necessarily think it's right. I don't want to be doubting myself.
You want to go with your first guess? Yeah.
So there it is.
Prediction.
Puya, did you watch Kevin Hart's newest Netflix special that he shot during COVID in his house?
I've not seen the newest one yet, no, but I have seen every other one he's done, and I've seen him live. He was the first comedian I've seen live in Canada.
Where'd
while
you
I
see him?
moved.
Where'd
Yeah.
you see him live?
It was in Ottawa.
Where'd you sit in the stadium?
Far back. We got tickets last second because one of my buddies that moved from Dubai had just gone to Ottawa, and it was like the first event thing we did. Was like, okay,
whose idea was it to go see Kevin Hart?
Mine, because I wanted to go see him live, and then I also had work that night, so I had to take my backpack with me. And then here's the best part. So they weren't letting you take a backpack to the venue. So I found a car that was one of those like display cars outside the hockey stadium. I threw my bag underneath it, went to the event, came back. My bag was still there with my work clothes. It was just my work clothes. I didn't really care if anyone stole it. In hindsight, probably if someone had seen me, that would have looked hella sketchy, and I could have gotten in deep shit. But that is what happened.
Okay, Mike. Who's your favorite stand-up right now?
John Mulaney.
Okay. Who's your second favorite stand-up?
For a while, it was Louis C.K., but I would probably say Dave
Brave
Chappelle.
of you. So brave of you to even say that.
Oh yeah, of course. But I mean, the thing about Kevin Hart, and I think why he differentiates himself from those people, even someone like Dave Chappelle, is it's just like it's one thing, right? It's yelling consistently, and you don't even like. I admittedly have not even watched that many. I've watched his What Now special. I've watched him host SNL a good few times when he's done his monologue, and it's been the same thing each and every time. And there's a very thin line to walk in comedy for having the same tone and routine each and every time you come out and able to lap in the laughs. And I'm not lapping in anything when it comes to
Mike
Kevin Hart.
seems so angry. I didn't even ask him about Kevin Hart. He just seems so angry about Kevin Hart. When you talk about, not angry like, oh, you're angry. Like it feels like it's coming from a very real
He has feelings.
You're in your feels about it. I wrote down what I wrote down and I'm going to stay with it, but I think maybe this could be Mike Bloom. Mary, same question. Who's your favorite comedian right now?
I don't really watch a lot of stand-up personally. I don't know. Okay. When I like the first comedians that come to mind that I'm like, oh, I like them, or like, Key and Peele. So like, I don't know. I'm real basic when it comes to stand-up.
Okay. As to not delay anymore.
Yes.
Now you can lie. It's like, why am I even asking you questions? I still feel like this is coming from Mike Soul. But when I read the take, I wrote down you boy. I wrote Puya.
Yeah, fuck him. He's useless. And here's the thing. I have seen all the stand-ups. I have seen him live.
Yeah, no, I believe you.
It's hella, listen, it's samey, just like Mike put it. And like, he's in every movie and he's playing the same role in every movie. And like, I don't need it. They shot him to the moon. He's on all the commercials. It's always the same. His YouTube show is a flop. It's like, ooh, I'm going to sit in an ice bath. Like, and I'm going to scream at it every 5 minutes. No, enough. Okay. Enough. I don't need it. Well, get rid of it. I tried to rewrite this like 3 times to try and make it seem like it's Mike. And like, I guess I messed up because you immediately knew it was me. But I was like, God, I needed to get that take out there because I know that they call him like the #1 comedian, and I'm like, where? Why? Like, why?
Whoa,
just because
69%. Nice poll result.
Nice.
Though.
Nice.
And also, he's a shitty ass person as well. He's a shitty ass person making shitty ass comedy.
I mean, I believed Mike. You could tell believed this take, so that made it difficult. I'm glad I wrote down the answer though, because I might have been swayed. Because Puya, I was grilling you like, where'd you go? Whatever. You had those at the ready.
No, that unlocked my memory because I definitely remembered, oh yeah, shit, I was going to go work that night and they didn't let me take my backpack. And I'm like, the stadium is like an hour-and-a-half bus ride away from like our house. So I couldn't leave and come back. There was no time. So I did just throw my bag under one of those display cars and just went in hoping that it would be there when I got back. I love that my chat immediately was like, it's Puya because he said no business. Kevin Hart has no business. Do I say no business often?
No business, I guess, is a very Puya
just the whole thing. Also, you would hate Kevin Hart. Like, I just felt like the whole thing. and it backfired that I was doing the Z-way, like, into the camera because I'm so egotistical. I was only looking at myself. So I didn't even really look at your face as I was doing that.
I knew when you wrote it down, I was like, she wrote me, but let's see how this goes. I knew you wrote me. I knew you had it.
That was fun.
Yeah, I guess you could call that a Puya-ism. Nice. Nailed it.
Ooh,
Nailed it.
I love it.
Yeah. Let T-Pain say it. Nailed it. Okay. All right.
We gotta get some Kevin Hart on your soundboard, Puya.
I will delete my Twitch channel. No, I'm kidding. I would not do that.
Moxie.
Moxie.
Puya didn't disagree or agree with the take. He just said, I only asked him if he's seen Kevin Hart's stuff. Because Moxie is saying like, oh, the person who has the take disagrees and the person blah, blah, blah. But I don't think you said you like Kevin Hart. You just said like I've seen everything he does.
Yeah, no, like no. So to Moski, like we had we've just been lucky, like with the shower one or the Girl Scout one, like everyone kind of ended up being on the same page. But sometimes it's completely divisive, and we might get there soon. Who knows?
Mary's like, I don't care about comedy.
I don't have any hot Kevin Hart takes.
It's like me with showers. Like I just had to take myself out.
No opinion on showers from me. Mary, it's your go.
Nudes.
Oh, it's mine. Okay. The English language needs more abbreviations and I was going to say contradictions. Contractions ASAP. Love that there's an abbreviation in there. Mike.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between an abbreviation and an initialism?
That's a weird question. I don't know what I might be misdefining an initialism. Abbreviation is, if the phrase is like Puya streams tonight, it would be PST. That's what I think of when I think of abbreviations. And I guess initialism, is that just referring to someone by their initials instead of their full name? I'm assuming.
Allie, do you know the answer to that question?
No, and I don't have to answer to you.
I thought maybe the person wrote this might know, so I was trying to see if anyone would. Okay, cool. If you know, you know.
Maybe I do know, and that was a lie.
Yes.
Ooh.
It wasn't. I have no idea. I have no idea what that means.
Acronym. Sorry, not abbreviation. Acronym is the word I meant
Okay.
today. So Puya, if you were going to abbreviate the word Puyaism, what do you think we would have? Like, what would
I like
be those?
this question.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's so difficult because, like, I feel like a lot of people like remove vowels and stuff to make it seem like, ooh, like that's how we're making it look cool. But like, I don't think my letters help because like PYSM does not seem great to me. I don't love that.
It's poos. It's poos.
It's not poos. No.
Yeah, breathe for Puyaism is poos.
So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, okay, you know what? I like the way Lone put it. PYASM. That's the way.
Gasm.
Yeah.
That's like your license plate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be good. I would take that.
Okay. Allie, I can't even. What even is a contraction? Hold on. Is that like can't? Is can't a contraction?
Can't is a contraction.
Okay, I was trying to think. Like, did we not have enough? Like, Allie, can you give me like a word that should be a contraction or a phrase or something that should be a contraction?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of like a more slang contraction would be like g'day, like G' day, like not the ones you're like thinking of normally, like cannot.
Shan't.
Yeah, or like y'all, combining a group
Yeah,
of words that usually go together.
Love to say y'all.
I hate that like my phone autocorrects fam to family, and I'm like, those are different. Like sometimes I'm trying to say fam, not family.
I don't agree with this take. I don't know if that helps or hurts you, Mary.
Yeah, I had an idea of who I thought this was from the beginning. None of your answers really swayed me in any different direction. I think this is Mike. I don't really have a reason.
Formal guess?
Is that your final answer?
It's my final guess. I just felt like I don't know who else is thinking about abbreviations and contractions.
Well, I'm glad you abbreviated your reasoning, Mary, because you are correct.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's just too many. Listen, they're adding words every single year to the damn dictionary. We only have so much time in this world. I think if we talk more in abbreviations, more shorthand, more contractions, it's going to make things a lot easier. Hell, we live in a world where you talk 140 characters at a time anyway. People are already abbreviating things. Might as well make them commonplace.
You want to talk these?
Make
I
one
thought you
now.
were just assuming writing, but you want to talk them.
Coin one right now, and we'll use it moving forward.
Okay.
Make your own.
LDT, let's do this.
Okay. LDT.
That's not an abbreviation or a contraction.
I didn't commit to
That is
using
an abbreviation, LDT.
Also,
no, that's an acronym.
Right, which
Actually,
is an abbreviation.
it's an initialism.
Which is an abbreviation.
Is that? I thought an abbreviation
no,
would be
an
like...
initialism is when I buy my first dog, name it initial, and then make it an Instagram account. That's initialism.
That's
right
initialism.
there.
That's what Mike said.
Now I'm confused. What is an abbreviation? I thought abbreviation would be like
I thought
like
an abbreviation was like
for
nooch.
application.
Yeah, like nooch for neutral.
Yeah, that's another form. Abbreviation, I think, is
I
just
thought it was
the act
just
of
the front.
It's just the
Cash.
act of making a
use-
word shorter. So if you want an abbreviation, let's see, what can we do? That's
Nooch.
Called an
sure.
oven obs.
I call forks miniature rakes.
exactly.
I call ketchup catch.
chicky parm parm.
Yeah.
Let's see. You could call your. Oh, and see now this is.
I guess I just think of abbreviations different. Like I always thought it was like just the beginning, or like adorbs for adorable.
Yeah, I also love abbreves, so I do agree with the take. I was lying.
Ooh.
I was like, Ali literally starts NGOG with "Hey fam," and if she ever said "Hey family," I would be like, someone needs to message Ali, make sure everything's cool.
I like
that
it
would
as a comedic device. I think if you say words that are not normally abbreviated in an abbreviated fashion, it gets a laugh. It's a cheap one, but like Kevin Hart, I'll take it.
Nice. Also, I can't say give me the details. It's got to be deets, otherwise I'm not asking
Yeah.
you.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Like
Yeah,
that's
there are
they've already
some.
made their way into the system. Why not add more? You know.
I just think like they come from usage. Like they're colloquial or they're
Well,
like
what about instead of beginning, we'll call it ning.
Nah, I think with LDT you had a better thing
I
going.
prefer the
Yeah.
bags. Let's start at the bags.
No,
yeah, the bags is better. Let's start at the ning.
Start at the ning.
No, because that's literally the end of the word beginning. It doesn't
Exactly.
make any sense.
It's ironic. Or Nick.
All right, so someone gets so Memi Doppy says fridge, technically an abbreviation. That's
Yes,
in the
for
middle.
refrigerator.
Yeah, fridge, which I use a lot
Thank
because
you,
I can't
Mike.
spell
I wasn't
refrigerator.
sure.
And AC for air conditioner.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
this was a great take because it got hot. You guys got hot here and in the chat.
Yeah, all right. I believe Mike's is going to be the next one to
All right.
pop up over here.
We're just
There we
ning
go.
here. Here we go.
No, we're not doing that.
Nope. We have had promise. Ning is the thing.
No, it's really not. It's really not.
Did Akiva submit?
All right, here we go. For all you Seinfeld podcast fans out there, pull and peel Twizzlers are better than the original strawberry. Okay, interesting. Somebody likes to work with their hands here. Ali, talk to me about your experience with Twizzlers. Is that a candy that you like? Where does candy fall in your Twizzlers fall in your candy power rankings?
Interesting. We didn't do Twizzlers, Puya. We'll have to do that for the second iteration of the candy tier list. So of course, Mike definitely tuned into that, but wasn't able to see how I felt about Twizzlers. We didn't discuss it. I'm not a big licorice gal, and I know people like get on Twizzlers for like not being like true licorice. Well, I've had true licorice and I've had Twizzlers. Not impressed. Red, black, not into it. My mom, the Jude, as we lovingly call her, is a big licorice
Well, great
gal.
abbreviation. Great
Likes
abbreviation, by the
Twizzlers.
way.
You know what I've had? Red Vines, trash. I would take pull and peel and the reg Twiz all day over Red Vines. Does that help you, Mike? Do you need more?
No, I think I'm okay for now.
Okay, cool.
So Puya, since again, as Ali said, that topic was not embraced during your candy tiering, what are your personal thoughts about like the licorice brand of candy?
I fucks with it. I do enjoy it. It's I'm a latecomer to the licorice game. I definitely did not appreciate it as a youngin, but I was also because I loved my life milk chocolate, and it was all chocolate and all milk chocolate. So that's all I really focused on. But no, I have been enjoying it more and more and more. It helps that Liana is also into it, so it's a snack that I know if I get at the store, we can divvy up and share. So it's a good time.
Mary, I could imagine someone who showers twice a day. Do you enjoy the act of peeling the sticky
love Mike.
candy one strand at a time? Is this something you get enjoyment out of over just biting into it raw?
Subtle.
All right,
That's subtle, Mike.
this is like it's like a cheese stick. You're not gonna bite into it. That's absurd. But yeah, I agree with what Ali was saying about. Here's the thing: is though, like pull and peel Twizzlers, yeah, they're good. I think while she really bashed the whole red vine industry, red vines are just funnier in like their media. And I feel like red vines are more of an inside joke. So like I'll still buy those, but they don't taste good.
Like when Red Vines do like an appearance, they're funny in their media. What do you mean? Like they're
This is like a way obscure reference. There's like a funny thing that talks about red vines, and then they got a lot of the people from that. It's like a Star Kid thing.
It's a very Potter musical.
Yeah,
made
and then
reference to red vines.
the people in the people in a very Potter musical, like for a while, did the media for red vines. Like red vines hired them, and then I subscribed to their YouTube channel, and so I still get motivational Mondays from red vines, which are like 20-second clips with like a Julie Chen-esque kind of quote from like her sign-offs.
Okay.
All right. Question for everyone.
Is that enough filibustering? Sorry, Mike.
A lot of Philly going on. I'm gonna have a question for the panel, so we can just go around quickly. What's the best use of, to go back to the own tiering that I did with Puya, of 90s snacks? How do pull and peel Twizzlers resonate in the bedroom? Allie, we're gonna start with you.
They don't. They have no place in the bedroom because they're synonymous with Akiva Winokur, and it's just like
no. Oh, yeah.
So they're dead. They're dead to all of us. But go ahead, please, Mary Puya.
I think okay. So like the normal Twizzlers, right? They're harder and stiffer. Pull and peel. You take that, you peel the ends about halfway back. You've got a cat of nine tails right there.
I wish I were dead.
Puya?
3 words for you. Finger play practice. I rest my case.
What? I hate that. I didn't agree
I'm going to reopen
here.
the case back up.
I mean, listen, I don't fucking know. Like, I agree with Allie wholeheartedly, but I don't want to give the same answer. You're using your hands. It's good working with hands. You might be using your hands better later. I don't know.
If your spray bottles are not in this chat, then you need to see yourself out.
Mike makes this conversation happen. I'm trying to answer.
All 3 of you get these spray bottles. I'm the only one with the right answer, which is
you got to answer first. We would have had the same answer as you.
And what your answer was, you pleaded the 5th.
No, I told you, no place.
I guess true. You totally did answer the question.
No place.
All right, so I'm thinking that Allie got a little too specific with the whole red vines thing. That kind of threw me off the scent. So I'm between Puya and Mary here. As I feel like just reading this in both of your voices, maybe I'm going back to the vernacular.
Look at us. Huh?
But I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at the period in the sentence. Maybe that's what's drawing me. I'm going with Mary here. May I be wrong?
No, that's correct.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
I thought that was Puya. Good job.
Yeah.
Add a point for Mike. He's on
I
the board.
don't listen. Fuck licorice. I lied about liking it though. I don't like it. It doesn't belong. I don't like having to have residual in my mouth and trying to get rid of that. I hate that. I don't like.
You do know that like it doesn't actually have licorice in it.
I don't know. I've never
like
really
the flavor
tried it. So.
Or the like.
No, it really doesn't.
I think the initialism thing I think about licorice is that no, I lied. I agree with this take wholeheartedly, but I tried to be like, I don't like licorice at all. So Puya and I took opposite approaches, effing us both.
Mary, are you a black licorice person as well?
No, like I don't even think I've ever tried it beyond like the black licorice flavored jelly bean, which I promptly spit back out because that's disgusting.
I tried
really
it
like
and.
that.
When I was told this is candy and I tried it, I was like, someone lied to me. Like this was a lie. And then I've never gone back to it. Liana did was it a month ago? She was like, hey, can you get black licorice from the store for a snack? I was like, sure. And I just didn't understand it. And she just sat there and ate hella licorice. And I didn't get it.
Smart, intelligent, mature people, I feel like love black licorice as a rule. That's my hot take. So I'm not surprised that she likes black licorice.
Yeah, well, I'm stupid and dumb, so we didn't have chocolate in it. I was out.
Like it tastes like.
I'm with you. I don't like black licorice, but the next level of being, enjoy black licorice.
Right.
I think of me on this regular level, you can't understand.
If we're doing the galaxy brain meme, we're on the bottom level, and the next level up is Liana and the black licorice.
Enjoying
lovers.
It's like red vines, regular Twizzlers, pull and peel Twizzlers, black licorice.
Oh my god. So can I get a quick score? I believe Mary and Allie both have 2. Mike, you have 1?
I have 1.
I have 0. Okay.
Goose egg, baby.
Lovely. I win because everyone's hanging out with me. So I'm happy.
Aww.
Yeah. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself.
Yeah, that was nice
if I
of you.
goose egg.
Can't relate. I would never feel that way.
All right. I am ready for my prompt. Oh, I see it. Okay. The most unrealistic part of movies and TV shows is that people fall asleep and wake up naked. Fall asleep. Oh, so that they go to bed and wake up naked? Like it's both naked? is it like a, or is it like sequential? Like they fall asleep. Oh, they're saying adjust the window. Oh, that helps.
Was it longer?
Yeah, wake up naked post coitus. The most unrealistic part of movies and TV shows is that people fall asleep and wake up naked post.
Like Austin Powers when it was like not revealing the subtitle.
So the author or authoress of this tweet, of this take, thinks that everybody who has sex gets up, gets dressed, maybe rinses off, depending on if you're married and Mr. Mary read this, and then goes to sleep clothed. That's. I just want to understand.
So what in the Sheldon Cooper, who fucking wrote post-coitus? Because this is definitely not helping me. And I don't think it's like throwing me off on any of you like, ooh, this like, I'm not going to lie. If I had to say which one of you writes or says this ever, like I'm leaning Mike, but I feel like this is one of those like, you're trying to like stay incognito, which I get it, which is cool. Okay. Let me think on this. Mike, you're saying, so the take is saying, in movies, it's not even in real life. In movies, the most unrealistic part is people fall asleep and then wake up naked post-coitus. What is the most infamous post-coitus movie scene to you?
Ooh, the most infamous post-coitus movie
or coitus scene, either movie or TV show wise.
Well, listen, Puya, don't get into my movie history. That's especially with the ones involving coitus. I would say, I don't know if this is famous, but one that I actually just recently watched, Austin Powers, for instance. It's like they do the typical like morning after scene after the horrible mistake, and both of them are naked, and that's where they do the infamous gags of, Austin gets up and he's completely naked, and here are the objects in front of his penis because it's PG-13. But I do think in reality, when we finish our checklist, we don't roll over and fall asleep immediately.
It's an agenda item.
Exactly. We see to the items of the day, but we don't exactly just roll over and say, all right, time to let the fluids wash over me and count sheep. No. You maybe wash yourself off. You brush your teeth. You get prepared. And I'm somebody who likes to sleep with their clothes on personally, and so I just find this idea of like being comfortable both falling asleep post-coitus and waking up subsequently without clothes on entirely just seems like an entirely alien experience to me.
This has two shower Angela written all over it. Really, really.
Well,
2SA is what I call her.
2SA.
Not to use the word poke, but what I would like to poke at here is we're missing a lot in movies and TV. Like, how do we know they don't like roll over for whatever, and then they wake up naked? Like we don't know what they did in the night. They got up. They could have gotten up and gone back to bed naked. It's the clothing thing that we know they didn't do. They didn't put clothes on.
Exactly.
I think it's the surprise factor for me more, where it's like in TV and movie where you go to sleep and then they wake up and they like do that like awkward like look under the blanket like, I'm naked. What happened there? Like, did I just coitus and then fall asleep?
Did I just coitus?
Yeah, well, like I feel like there's a couple of scenes right off the bat that I can think of that have had that, right? I feel like Friends has had one or two scenes like that where it's like, oh wow, we were hammered, or like Knocked Up had a scene like that at the start, right? Mary, you cover the show Riverdale.
I do.
Right? Would you agree that there are more ridiculous things and unrealistic things that happen in the show Riverdale than this?
I mean, there were two scenes in the span of 2 episodes back to back where 2 couples, 4 people partook in the coital actions in the same room, not together, just separately, by themselves, like it ain't no thing. That was pretty ridiculous.
They like acknowledge each other in the room, or more so like focus on your own activities?
I think the writers were like, we got to get this done, but we're in this location. Can't move away from it. Can't have 2 of them just awkwardly like go home.
This is such a specific take. The most unrealistic part of movies and TV shows is that people fall asleep and then wake up naked post-coitus.
What I like about the take is that, not that I've been asking questions about this. I guess Puya thinks I'm not smart enough to say post-coitus. That's fine. If it's like the most unrealistic part, but it's consistent across all movies and all TV. Like, I think all movies and all TV shows do this at some point. Like New Girl, I'm thinking of, has these scenes. So like, as opposed to like, oh, is what's more unrealistic, a thing in New Girl or a thing in Riverdale? Obviously everything in Riverdale, but consistently across the board in movies and TV, like I understand that as a take to say it's the most unrealistic thing across the genre of movies and TV. So the genre, whatever.
I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid. I'm gonna say Allie, final answer.
You fool! Of course I didn't have that take.
Too bad,
this is
Poos.
Mike written all over it.
Listen. This is the second time where I had the correct person until the end, and then I tried to like outgame it. Okay.
The idea that I even had to discuss something of a sexual nature on the street.
I was like,
written that.
Oh man, Mike, why the fuck are you saying post-coitus?
Why do you ever think I wouldn't say post-coitus? That is like a textbook
Change
thing.
the tense of the word. I tried. I failed.
Oh, boy, I feel bad.
Listen, I don't mind. This has been a very rough week for me, reads-wise, Among Us and otherwise, by the sounds of it. No, I thought it was Mary until Mary started like really tripping over trying to say coitus, and I was like, this isn't Mary. Mary's not saying this on the regular. I didn't think Allie's saying this on the road, but I thought Allie was trying to frame Mike. That's why I ended up. I
almost muted to be like, again, I would never say that.
Yeah. No, Mike, can you? Yeah, can you explain this, please?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of talked about it in my own answer. It's less so about the going to bed as you started talking about, but more so like this idea of like Mary said, you wake up like, oh my God, I'm naked. Nobody in their right mind, and look, feel free to at me, people, if you are this open with your life. Nobody, for my record, boinks and then just says, all right, I'm done. No need to put clothes on. Let me lie in my splendor.
You have records?
Now, Mike, if you didn't have a child as evidence, I would think you may have never boinked because you said boink. Someone who used the word boink is questionable.
When you're making whoopee.
Prefer that. I think that's good.
No, Mike, you did a great job because honestly, I would have thought the same as Puya, which is like someone would be framing Mike to use that word because it's so obvious. It's like the tequila take. Like it's so obviously me, so it can't be me.
I'm gonna alley it. Next one, I'm just writing my gut down, and then I'm gonna ask questions, and I'm gonna go with that. Honestly, the gut sus. All right, Mike, you are a fascinating man.
I love
it. It's so ridiculous to me that people wake up like entirely naked and shirtless. It's like, what did you just spend the night in? Put some clothes on, damn it.
What about the L-shaped blankets, though?
That's the thing. That's not clothes. That's
L-shaped blankets.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking like where the woman has the blanket up to here, but the man who's lying next to her somehow has the blanket.
I actually was just watching this. I can't remember what. I think it was when actually Angela and I were watching an episode of The X-Files where it was post-coitus, and the woman had the sheet draped across her boobs and then her lower body, but her stomach was left bare, so it made the shape of a big letter C is for cookie, for Girl Scout cookies across her body.
We have to move on, please. I have to get out of here.
I would like to say also, mods, I've gotten both of the bodily ones, and like, can I get a food one next? I feel like I got the shower one and the post-coitus one.
I don't want the bodily ones. I don't want Mike to say fluids in response to any of my questions.
Okay, next take, ready for that. And Allie, your turn to go.
Nervous. Okay, Instagram is the worst social media platform. I mean, Jesus, what are we doing here? What am I doing with this? No clues.
It's a period.
There's a period. You know that's Mary's calling card.
I mean, I have no gut sus here, mods.
Ooh.
Instagram is the worst social media platform. I don't think I follow Mike or Mary on Instagram. I really don't use Instagram almost at all. Puya, I do follow on Instagram, but he doesn't make any regular appearances on my timeline. I remember when he announced his relationship with Liana, which was a big highlight. And maybe he incentivized me to follow you. I forget the timing.
That was the reason.
Might have been the time.
Now that
It
it's
might have been
official,
like,
better
oh,
follow
like,
up.
did you see Leon and Puya are dating? I was like, what? And then it's like Instagram. I was like, I don't follow Puya. Like, I forget exactly. But maybe give me one about fluids again. I regret saying that I sort of.
Ali, you can tell Ali really wants to maintain a perfect score.
Well, no, I really honestly didn't expect to get any right. I just don't even know what questions to ask you. I mean, Mike, your wife uses Instagram a lot. Do you wish she'd use it less?
I mean, she finds a lot of, she's fine with it because she's really into photography, obviously. But as someone who is not, and I'm assuming a lot of people are, there's no business with that app, considering that it is all pictures. You know, Twitter, Facebook, the rest are all about the written word or about communication. I know a picture says 1,000 words, but really the art of photos and just watching people's photos, and especially the stories, make no sense to me. And that never made sense to me since the beginnings of Snapchat, why you want anything temporary emblazoned across, because by the time you know that you get to it at the end of your day, it's going to be gone. I don't understand why we take away the permanence of things, especially pictures.
Mary, what's the best thing about Instagram?
The best thing about Instagram was it was the first platform for me, because I didn't use Twitter that much until like RHEP, that you could follow celebrities and get a glimpse into their life, like with their stories or with their photos. Like a lot of times that's how I would see like behind the scenes of like actors like filming on their sets. Like I think that's really cool, and I know it's a certain sort of category of celebrities who are doing that, but I find that really, really interesting.
Who are your like favorite 3 celeb follows on Instagram?
They're all Riverdale cast members.
I famously watched one episode of Riverdale. I know this process.
Exactly. Yeah. So I my favorite 3 are the person who plays Betty, the person who plays Jughead, and the person who plays Cheryl. They're all great follows.
Okay, Puya, what's the best thing about Instagram?
Honestly, for me, I disagree with Mike. I love the stories. I find that that's kind of the quickest way for in the morning, just checking through, seeing what's going on with people. A lot of my friends are active on Instagram, so I do get a bit of an update from like my Dubai friends through there. So I definitely would say for me, it's the stories.
You don't promote like the Twitch streaming and stuff on Instagram. Is there a reason why?
Yeah, I just know that that's not where my audience that would follow me for this stuff would be. That's why I also don't use it for Facebook either. Because I've also not really been like my Instagram was never really promoted or plugged anywhere until this past year when I started saying, you can follow me on all platforms at Puyaism, because it never dawned on me that I could just do that. So I just know that I don't really have any traction there, so I don't bother.
Our last question to all of you: what's the best social media platform? Gut instinct. Puya?
Shit. I mean, listen. I use Twitter the most. I'm leaning Twitter. If Discord counted, I would switch it to that, but I don't think Discord is a social media platform. I would say Twitter.
Mike?
Twitch.
Okay.
Oh my God! Twitch is the best. Twitch is the best. I'm switching it. Twitch is the best.
Mary?
Oh my God.
I'm trying to decide if the one I want to say is social media. I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with specifically Facebook Messenger. That's the one I use the
Good one.
most. And I think it's by far the best messaging thing.
What's hard about this take is it's like the worst social media platform doesn't mean it's like the worst. It's just maybe your least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like Puya would be more like Instagram is trash, but maybe he was trying to write it differently. Like he would take a stronger take than it's just like the lowest ranked social media. I don't think this is Mike. I'm between. My gut was Mary.
I feel like this is the hardest question so far.
The chat really thought it was Puya.
Instagram has no business being a social media
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He looks excited that I'm not going to pick him, but I'm going to pick Mary.
I fully think you're going to pick me.
I'm picking Mary.
It's not me. Is
Is
it
it
Puya?
Puya? It's
Oh, wow.
Listen, Instagram is just a place that creates FOMO and creates like, oh, my life is so good. Look at me plate this food. Look at the way my kid's walking through this meadow. Don't you wish you had my family? Don't you wish you were living my life? I don't need that. I don't need that every more. I don't need to be told that my shit ain't the shit because your shit is the shit. And I feel like that's all it is. It's very well thought out pictures. It's very well thought out filtering.
I just thought you wouldn't have one if you really hated it. And I'm going to say something that's going to be difficult for you. I think your Twitch stream causes more FOMO than anyone experiences on Instagram.
Ooh.
So
you're doing Instagram wrong. You're thinking of Instagram in the very basic way, where I think there's a lot of really interesting people out there who maybe it is like their daily life or their pictures, but like I find the ones who are almost like the ironic ones are better. Like I think my brother is hilarious on Instagram for the pictures he takes, but it's because he does these like very over the top posed like pictures in very specific lighting where it's like, oh, that's very interesting camera, but it's, I don't know, it's like not his personality, and I think that's why it's funny.
Well, so. I also think that I can imagine Puya's opinion is also informed, I think, by the sphere that we all occupy, considering how many reality TV contestants have like made Instagram their bread and butter. That idea of like a manufactured reality definitely manifests among them, right? Of like, oh, I just rolled out of bed, of course, properly clothed, and got my flat tummy tea with a side of eggs Benedict.
Right, like how many once I have to move headphones for this, but I'm not going to hear you. So how many people do I need to see with this pose being like, like, I don't need that shit. Get that out of here. Everyone's doing it. And like, Mary, the thing is, I agree with you that like there are people who do it right and they're funny. It's good comedy. It's a good time. But I feel like more often than not, it's just the same old, like we're churning the FOMO. It's like, oh, I'm taking this picture at this like beach like place and like all that. And like this past year especially, it's been triggering for me because like I'm seeing people going out and about like nothing's wrong. And I'm like, I'm on the wrong side of Instagram. I need to delete. And like, I kind of, for me, as someone who, pictures are worth 1,000 words, but I'm also not someone who has hella good pictures to put up. So I think it also comes from that side for me personally on like personal use. But like, for example, Mary, I learned a lot more about you through Instagram. I know like during the summer, I know you were, marathoning all the Marvel movies. I know I've like seen your runs documented and everything. And I love like, I wasn't lying about the stories part. That's my favorite part of Instagram. But as far as like scrolling photos, I don't really be scrolling them all that often.
Yeah, I was very late to the game with Instagram. Like that was like
late
really recent. Late to the gram. So yeah, it's people probably use it all super differently, and I totally agree with like everything you're saying about the like marketing side of it and the FOMO side. So I got
played, Puya. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it sounds
but
like
I love Angela Bloom's Instagram.
Oh, Angela's awesome at it.
Good follow.
Really good.
Good follow
cute
for sure.
Baby, you win Instagram.
Yeah, Mike doesn't like stories, but watching the random videos of you talking to little Asher when Asher's not making sense are my favorite. I do enjoy those.
But those aren't in stories though. Those are, you can go to her page right now and see.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Is
Perfect.
that like, if I could be like, if someone's like, oh, can you show me that video of Asher saying, oh yeah, I'm like, great. Oh no, wait, I put this on a story, so it's gone forever now. Instead of like, oh, I can scroll back 3 days and access it again.
But like, I like the idea of it because like you can keep those memories for yourself. Like, for example, when we would do like this was more so Snapchat for us because I don't think I ever ended up getting to the Instagram stories for myself. But like there was something appealing about like, oh, we're at this like party or going out with the lads. You kind of got a couple videos, you throw them on there. It's like, oh, we're doing shots, whatever. Then they're gone. I like the idea of them being gone. And then if I've saved them, I still have them. Whereas they're just public access to everyone forever. You know what I mean? So I feel like on that side of things, it's better. Yeah. All right. Nice. We're ready to move on to, I believe Mary's going to be the next one guessing here.
Pressure.
No pressure. There we go. It's, let me. Okay, you can read it. It's a little bit, I got to realign the first letter here. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Is that the end? Elite's the last word? Okay.
Yeah.
It actually says
based on this
post-coitus
browser
underneath it.
Yeah, the full screen of it I have going. That's it.
Nachos do not need meat to be elite. Oh, there is a period though. Look at that. Okay.
That rhymes.
Good to know. Not the only one. Nachos do not need meat to be elite. I don't know whose take this is, but I really agree with this. I got some nachos the other day, and like all I wanted when I want nachos is like chips and the cheese sauce, melted cheese, and they had like 10 toppings on them. Like, I don't want this. I don't want supreme nachos. I just want nachos. All right, do not need meat to be elite. Now, maybe this take person though is saying that like they do need, you know, beans and vegetables and whatever other stuff, sour cream.
Are you just like what's a supreme nacho?
Like, I mean, it was like it had like lettuce, and it was like almost like a taco salad, I feel like. We would, you know, like I ordered the nachos, but it had like sour cream on top and then like jalapenos or something on it. And I feel like there was some kind of bean thing. Actually, I don't know if there was meat on it. All right, this is not about me. Nachos do not need meat to be elite. All right, we're going to go with my obscure questions to see if this helps. Mike, what is your go-to Taco Bell order?
Go-to Taco Bell order, I used to devour Crunchwrap Supremes back when I was sort of at the height of my Taco Bell fandom, which was in high school. And then one of the reasons why is because, and a reason why I agree with this take is because when you bring ground meat into Mexican food, you have the chance of it drying out profusely, especially when it's just out in the open, in the air. And so one of the things I always wanted to get with Crunchwrap Supremes was that the fact that it was going to be packed in somewhere and get a lot of moisture from all the other hot stuff around it so that it would always stay, it wouldn't dry out, essentially. And I think that's the main sticking point with meat on nachos, is that the open air, I think, just can completely dry it out, and then you have crusty ass meat on your nachos.
You described Mexican food in a way that made me dislike it, and it's my favorite.
Yeah, I'm getting very like grime of the city vibes on your.
What am I doing? I'm reacting to the most disgusting description of food I've ever heard.
I have to wash all the dry air meat off my body every night.
Ever had dried up crusty ground beef?
Open air, like what do you? Okay, you know.
All right, moving on to now.
I salute you.
No, I don't know. Can we just get a like blanket answer to this? Although you could be lying. Is anyone on the panel here a vegetarian?
No.
I'm a strict vegan. No.
That does not fly with your character. Okay.
Fuck. I would never care about animals in the environment.
Nope.
Ali, the not baking, not gymnastics vegan.
No, it doesn't fly with my character to be vegan and care about people. Okay.
That's not what I meant.
That's what you said? Okay. This is empty now, but it's a problem.
Okay, so Allie, do you like, I mean, you mentioned margaritas earlier, so I said, like, when you go to like a sit down Mexican restaurant, do you think that Mexican restaurants should or should not like have the free chips for the table?
100% should. Italian restaurants should have bread. Mexican restaurants should have chips and salsa.
Wait, what was the first one? Thai restaurants?
Italian restaurants should
Italian.
have bread.
Thai restaurants should have
Thai
bread.
That sounds
delicious.
delicious.
Thai restaurants should have the crispy noodles that you have like with the Chinese food.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. I had a gut instinct with this one as well, but now I'm trying to remember who has said what takes, because I'm assuming they're somewhat even.
I wanted to think that too, and then I was like, I don't want to play.
I know, but I can't really. I can't do the mental
I've
math.
had like 3 so far.
I think I like the best part of this take is the rhyme.
Yeah, I like the rhyme. I like the all caps. There's a lot to like about this take.
Good sentence structure.
Good sentence
A take
structure.
we can get behind.
A take we can get behind. Puya.
Yes.
What is your definition of barbecue?
Ooh, it's not the sauce. Is that weird? Like when I say barbecue, I picture like a grill. There's got to be a grill and like there's people around. That definition has quickly been changing now that I'm experiencing more barbecue. Like I feel like ribs at this point is barbecue. Ribs is definitely up there. Like a good Texas sausage type thing, that's up there. And burgers and hot dogs I feel like are also up there. That's barbecue.
So it's more of a food item to you than like an actual way of preparing it.
Like to me, no. Like to me, it's like when I hear barbecue, I immediately picture a grill and like hella family members, like 20 family members, like all.
So it's like
chilling.
the event is
Yes,
the barbecue.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go with my gut on this one. My gut was something about the wittiness of the rhyme made me think it was Allie's take. No, oh,
But thank you so much. That really made up for the
Who
vegan.
had this? That was my only instinct.
Is it Mike?
No.
Oh.
I don't care about dry meat.
Yeah, it's me. Listen, the thing is, I think that I give off accurately a very fan of meat guy. However, I 100% do not think nachos need it. I feel like if the nachos have, the cheese and the nacho itself, I'm cool. If it has a little bit of extra something else, but like, give me a little bit of olives on it. Give me a little bit like veggies preferred over meat. I feel like meat just makes it a whole other thing. Because I also feel like
it gets
nachos
dried
for
out
me,
and crusty, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
When
We
the
have
air
learned.
hits it's just
Yeah.
science.
I just feel like also for me, nachos are typically like I recognize that the size of them, it can be so massive that it could be its own meal, but usually it's like a shared appetizer to me, right? And like I feel like I've hung out with friends who are vegetarian who are not going to be able to indulge if it's meat, and I have no problem not being meat. So I don't know. For me, I was like, I just do not see, like, I love meat, but I don't think it belongs here. I think it's better served on other stuff. It's a waste of time.
Keep your meat on the barbecue.
Great
All right.
rhyme.
Exactly.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
it
didn't
was a
realize it
great rhyme.
rhymed. That was
No, I
good.
love
I
that.
love Mary's questions because I don't know where she's going, but she seems
Yeah,
to.
I'm
I was trying to do some deep thought. I
love it.
don't know why something about Allie like writing on a sticky note beforehand. I was just thinking like one day she's walking around and like someone says like, "Man, it's something about meat and elite." And she's like, "That's a great take. Nachos don't need meat to be elite." Writes it down. Thought about it.
I'm kind of nooch on nachos, so I don't really have an opinion on it. Which
Nooch,
is why I
good
like
abbreviation.
questioning.
Great abbreviation.
Nooch is my mom. We use nooch when we play code names.
I love
And I
that.
think
Nooch
Kirsten
is
hates
great.
nooch.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to mention this now that we said nooch. Like I say usual a lot for usual, but I have no idea how to spell that if I was trying to write it down.
That is a great point.
You like luge without the L?
I get it's
Yeah,
not going to be. There's no.
Is
You
it-
can't just shorten
That's
usual
I feel like is
and
it
get
UZE or UZE? I feel like would be the move,
I feel like it's UG.
or like
Uge.
GHE.
Yeah, I didn't know. You know what it is? It's UGE, but with an umlaut over the U.
Yeah.
With a
It's like
what?
Huge with an umlaut, the two
Like
dots.
two dots.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It's like
Anyway.
huge.
We can
I
move
haven't
on.
heard
My
that
streak was
before.
broken. Felt really confident.
I know, but now we're back to pretending like it's just 2-2-1-0 and that.
Now you're just chilling.
Nice chilling.
All right, let's
No,
see.
it's freeing. It's freeing to get it wrong because now I feel more flexible. And
Yeah,
then
now I
mean-
feel more. There felt like there was a lot of pressure to get it.
I'm
right,
still
so.
at 0. So remember, I'm still last.
Right,
here.
but you've had some great takes.
Yeah,
so-
you've had some really great takes.
takes.
All right, let's see. I'm up next.
Yes.
All right.
Be wild if they threw us off and you weren't next.
It's exciting to see like which takes the mods used. Like I have no idea what's gonna come up.
Yeah.
If it's mine, if it's Puya's, it's whatever.
Oh, Veronica_RC. Is it Ogle or is it Ogle? Don't pull a Simone from RuPaul's Drag Race on us. All right, here we go. Flip Cup is better than all other cup-based drinking games. Okay. Mary, what are other cup-based drinking games?
Beer pong, stack cup. I was gonna say slip cup. Slap cup. You could play quarters in a cup. That'd be kind of hard. Beer ball, dice, domino ball. Been out of college for a little while.
You could
How much
honestly
time
be
do you
fooling right
have,
now with
Mike?
with like half of the names that you just came up with. You just put two words together.
I'll
Well,
say I did make up one of those because I was at least one because I was trying to
domino, lamp, tissue box.
trying to come up with more drinking games.
Allie, I know you're a hyper competitive person. Does that apply to drinking games as well?
I wasn't sure if you were gonna be like, I know you're a big drinker. Like I didn't know where you were going with that. Yeah, I would take this a step further. I would say Flip Cup is the best drinking game, cup or otherwise, cup, card, or can-based drinking game. Yes, I'm extremely competitive in all aspects of my life.
So what's the reason why you feel like this is like the king? This is the Budweiser king
Because
of
I'm
beer, king of
very
drinking
good
games.
at it.
And did that come from doing it a lot of times, or was it like the
Well, that's
actual
none
game
of your
itself
business,
was?
Mike. No, I mean, there's also a survivor-based Flip Cup game, which is fun. where you get to vote your friends out.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I've played that version.
If you're nice, you play whoever took the longest. But if you're me, you just vote people out that you don't like.
Nice.
No, I think here's why Flip Cup is the best. It's because you can play with a lot of people, right? Beer pong is limited to 4 players. You can always, if you have an even number of people or someone willing to drink 2 cups and not a number of people, you can play with 20 people. I'm inclusive, despite how mean I am.
Puya, what is like your go-to position in the line when you play Flip Cup?
Oh, I see. I'm usually I'm not the starter or the finisher. I'm usually the second or third guy. And it's mainly because I don't want the pressure. I prefer being at the start because the person at the end might have a rougher go of it. Especially if the team is behind. I don't like that. I don't like waiting for the impending doom. So I typically end up sitting in the middle of the pack. Also because depending on how cold the drink is, I am not great at chugging. Because I can't handle it. It's too much. And I'm not drinking room temperature anything, right? Like as far as drinks go. So usually I'm best suited in the middle.
Can I address the chat for a second, Mike? Sorry, I know this is your
please.
time.
No, I'll cede my time to the senator.
Al Joao says that I've never played Slap Cup in its shows. How dare you? I'm from Jersey. Of course I've played Slap Cup.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Slap Cup is annoying.
Slap Cup is fun. Slap Cup is very fun. However, in COVID times, imagine playing Slap Cup because you got to reuse the cups.
That's the one where people smack them, right?
No, it's all the cups in the middle, and it's like knockout basketball, and then you slap it's very fun, but cups get slapped to the ground, then you have to reuse them. I'm a little old for that. It's a little gross. It also requires so many cups and so much setup time. Where Flip Cup, you can run it again.
And Slap Cup, it literally takes one time of accidentally slapping the cup that has beer in it to never want to play Slap Cup again.
I mean, you come on. You're already in a garage in New Jersey somewhere. It's there's beer all over the floor. Just
by the second
the only place
year,
to play Slap Cup.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, by the second year of uni for us, the cups in the beer pong game were water filled, and you just had your drink on the side that people made sure you drank, just to make sure you're not just throwing this dusty ass ball into cups that people are drinking from.
Oh
so.
yeah.
That's not a real game of
you better
that.
hope that it's dusty and not covered in other random things.
That's garbage. Beer pong with water where you drink on the side is not beer pong.
What?
Yeah, no, because you never drink the right amount. You never actually drink. You're like, oh yeah.
I feel like you drink too much of anything.
No. That's trash. I would submit that for the next. If I'm ever invited back, I'll use that.
All right. So let me get my thinking here. I feel like Mary is more of a domino ball person than a Flip Cup person, so I'm gonna count her out. So I'm between Allie and Puya here. I mean, it's tough because I would say that maybe Allie was a bit overzealous in the way that she was talking about it is the best game, almost revising her own take. And I'm wondering
I was just zealous enough.
Exactly, but I'm wondering if Puya is cup based. Now I'm going into the words. Is cup based something that Puya would say? I'm gonna, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna get mind effed with Allie here, and on her one upping her own take, but I'm gonna say it's her.
I wish it were me, Mike. I really wanted to give you the point.
I wish it were me so that your short list would have worked. It wasn't me.
Domino ball.
Yeah, Flip Cup. I mean, I agree. I was gonna say it's the best drinking game, but then I thought somebody would come for me and be like, "Nah, Kings is the best" or something like that. And so I went with the cup based. But it is by far the best. And I mean, I would have said Survivor Flip Cup because that specific brand of Flip Cup is the best.
I should have realized it wasn't Allie because it wouldn't be. Allie would have said True American is the greatest drinking game of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, King's Cup is a mess, I'll tell you. It's fun because it's social, but when you have to drink whatever fucking mess is in that middle, that is nightmare shit right there.
See, I don't play like that. I play with a beer can, and you put it under the pop top until it pops, and then that person has to drink the can.
No, Kings is terrible. Any game where there's you have to work through things is a terrible drinking game because by the time you get a fourth of the way through the deck, people are like, I'm bored. I'm gonna move on to something else. I have never found a group of people that had sat down and said, let's go through all the cards.
It's the monopoly of drinking.
Mike is shocking me.
No, I feel like
reset. I've played multiple full games.
But I don't think Kings is a great pre-game. If you're trying to drink a lot, I do think
Kings is good
more
if
of
you're
let's
staying
get
in.
to know and we're going to stay in and hang out. You play Kings or the pizza box game or something like that.
Sam Moore in the chat saying I described it accurately. The cards in the can. Yeah, that's because we're from the same area. Sam and I grew up in the same town, so like our town rules are the same.
I've heard the like King Cup version once or twice, but I've never done that because why would you do that when you would just have a can? Because that sounds disgusting.
Or I've done it with a shot where you have to rest the cards and if
Sure.
they fall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't prefer that. That was fun. I haven't played drinking games in so long.
Oh yeah, big same. Big same.
Do you think they're canceled forever because of the pandemic? A lot of drinking games are like reusing cups.
I think
like,
you're gonna go to that Puya version of the drinks on the side using water.
You're gonna have to do the thing. You have to become the person you hate, Ali.
Then I will never play. I've seen actually on Southern Charm, they like set up in their own house on Zoom like a 6 thing and
Yes.
they're playing beer pong against each other.
The
That might be the way to
benefit
do
to
it.
doing that though is that like if you have people who don't want beer but are drinking wine or something, they can still drink. But
Wait,
If
I'm
you're not
intrigued about
playing
how,
beer pong with wine, if you're drinking wine, then you're not doing it right.
wait, how do you play beer pong over Zoom? Is it like you shoot through the monitor and they're like, oh,
You set up
dropped it in
cups at
cup.
the end of your table, and they set up cups at the end of their table, and you
Oh.
just have the cameras
So it's
pointing
not
at it.
you literally throw it to the person.
No, and I think
who
in
obviously
that
is not
case you have the
there.
side drink because it's like the same with water. It's like because
Yeah.
they're not going to pull cups from their side.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
then
fun.
Seven, I could be your best friend now. I could be your best friend in college.
Ali, we should try that and see if that works out.
Puya, I would love to play beer pong with you.
All right, we'll do that. It'll be fun. I'm in.
Yeah.
Very in. Hell yeah. Okay, my turn. Let's keep the goose egg going.
No, let's get Puya on the board here.
Oh,
Shade.
Jesus Christ.
We're gonna play my shade button.
Holy fuck. Okay. This is some audacity right here.
EG.
You picked the right person for oh my god. Okay. Let's
Puya's getting hot.
All right. Pancake syrup, e.g. Mrs. Butterworth's is better than maple syrup.
Going for the Canadian and Vermont people in the house.
This was a very good choice to give it to me. This is ridiculous. Okay,
Not about the body, only about Mrs. Butterworth's body.
Stop
Mike.
relying on that body, Mrs. Butterworth.
as far as syrup goes, Mike, what foods do you use syrup for? Like you specifically?
Yeah, so I use it for a much more savory stuff than I do sweet stuff, which is why I agree with this take. I usually use it with sausages primarily, or like breakfast meats, because I want that salty and sweet mixture, as opposed to if it's sweet on sweet, like if I put it on chocolate chip pancakes, then it's too overly sweet. So I
You're
like to
eating dry chocolate chip pancakes?
no, well that's when you put butter on it to moisten it up a little bit.
But what's its utility in the bedroom? No, okay, go ahead.
No, please. No. You'll answer it
You
too.
asked.
I take a woodwind.
The pull and peel Twizzler.
Mary, are you a big pancake person?
I love pancakes. I didn't mention this earlier, but since I'm not the egg person, usually go for the pancake, waffle, French toast at the brunch, whichever one of those options is available. I do like pancakes. I prefer a blueberry to a chocolate chip generally, because
Okay.
I think chocolate chip's a little too sweet. I have actually started putting less and less syrup the older I've gotten, though. Like, I don't think it's as necessary. But I actually have a weird condition. This is completely self-diagnosed, but if I eat pancakes or waffles, something about the composition in them, I will always sneeze at least once when I'm eating them. No idea why that is. I think I like eat them too fast and like clogs up my throat or something.
I don't think that's how the body works.
I know, but it happens every
It's a
time.
phenomenon.
Just one sneeze. It's not like a lot. It's just one sneeze. It'll happen at some point. That's not
Ali,
related to syrup, but
Can you rank pancakes, waffles, and French toast for me?
What is this, a dating app question? I mean, I honestly was gonna mute again and be like, this isn't me. I respect myself. But if you're gonna ask me about breakfast foods, which is my absolute favorite with tequila, as we discussed, I'm a big brunch lady. Pancakes, waffles, and French toast. It's so time dependent, but I think my most common is waffles 1. Like I'm more likely to order it. Pancakes 2, French toast 3, but catch me on a certain day and I would order all 3 of those. Because not about eggs with love, but I'm more likely to order a sweet breakfast item than a savory breakfast item at brunch.
Okay. And then my next question, again for Ali, is Are you a butter and syrup, like you put both, or are you exclusively Mike where you go butter? Or are you just syrup?
No, I'm a butter and syrup person. Actually, I used to sleep over at my friend Kara's house, and her mom, Healthy, was like, do you want butter or syrup on pancakes? And I was like,
or both.
You go syrup, though. You always go syrup because syrup does more for you. That's why I was like shocked that Mike eats a dry pancake. Syrup brings more flavor. Syrup brings more texture. Syrup brings more fun when you apply it. But if I'm at my own house and not Kara's growing up, I would use both. All day.
All right. And then I got a question for the panel as a whole. Have all three of you, out of the three of you, who's been to Canada?
I've been to Canada.
All three of you? Okay.
I have been to Canada. Like, who's going to come forward?
All right.
Ooh, it's a tie in the chat between me and
Yeah, this is a pretty close one.
So here's the thing, right? If I'm looking at just the statement, EG, right? EG is giving me a lot to think about.
No one's ever said that about
give me a lot to think about. I.e., I have a good idea of where I might be going here.
Ergo.
Furthermore, okay. So pancake syrup is better than maple syrup. To say pancake syrup to me indicates that, like, you're specifically going for the Miss Butterworth when the maple syrup's right there. Maple syrup has far more utility than pancake syrup does. Mike talks about his sausages getting syruped, but not his pancakes.
In or out of the diner.
Oh, man. Listen, everything is telling me to go with this one person, and I'm not going to change it. I thought this when I first read it. I said I would gut suss it this time. I'm going with Mary.
No, I'm with you, Puya. This is a ridiculously stupid take.
You should have picked Allie.
No, maple syrup all the way.
Me.
EG sounds like such a legal term.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
I googled what EG even stood for.
I started writing EG, and then I was
given,
write
I think,
EX, and then
example
I was like,
gratia.
I was like, no, I'm gonna put EG because maybe Puya's gonna think someone was trying to make it me, but he thought Mary because he thinks I wouldn't say EG. How about that?
I felt for you saying I nearly muted myself again. I was like,
I know,
okay.
that was so fun. Yeah, no, I'm garbage. I have a garbage palate. I don't know. I prefer like an Aunt Jemima or Mrs. Butterworth to pure maple syrup. Sorry.
Oh boy.
And you've been to Canada,
I don't shower,
Allie.
like,
This is some audacity.
Oh, you know what?
right
No,
here.
it's next time when you two play beer pong, instead, Allie, your cups are gonna be filled with maple syrup, just unfiltered, that you have to slowly chug.
That's perfect.
Someone doesn't like BB Cannon at shows. where they famously took shots of it. I personally would never, but it's a thing that happened on BB Can too. Okay. I think we go one more dial of the clock. So four
Yeah, one more round.
Yeah,
Let's
one
do it.
more round. Yeah. All right. Queuing up. It's going to be Allie's turn to guess. Again, I assume. Be a big bait and switch if it wasn't. There we go. Allie, your take is ready for the taking. Talking. Something.
Pancake syrup, e.g. Oh, tortilla chips should be offered complimentary at every sit-down restaurant. I mean, this is Mary? Because she asked me this question. I mean, what are the odds? But then it's like, would she ask this if she knew it was going to come up? I think this is Mary. I'm going to go with Mary. I'm going to spare us the time. And if the coincidence is that great, fine. I'm saying Mary.
All right.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would have said this
All right.
if it
No,
was
you know
mine.
what?
Like, I agree with this, but like, I was like, we just talked about that.
I think it's funny. It's funny the coincidence came up.
I thought you would rule out me because I wouldn't have said it.
I think it would be, that's like me saying I'll mute Puya. I thought maybe like you were big braining it. Like I'll say this and then you would never think it.
Interesting.
All right. Well, that was a quick round.
Very true though. Whose was this?
So I nearly said mods. I might ruin a future round, but I literally had this take. Like that is so eerie that you were just talking about this, and
that's wild.
I literally had written it. This was the very first take I had thought of out of all of them. I think that listen, you can say a lot of stuff about like Five Guys burgers and fries, but they do have rice. They have that big ass thing of peanuts that you can grab. I love this idea of like while you're waiting for food at some sort of restaurant, snack on something. Tortilla chips. I agree with Allie. I'd probably more so go with like bread for Italian food, like differentiate it based on food style. But if I had to choose one, I'm personally someone who like snacks on tortilla chips on the reg, to use an abbreviation. So I feel like it's sort of like basic enough that if it has to be applicable across multiple restaurants, I could go with a tortilla chip.
There you go. Quick and easy and pointless. No points are awarded. No, like me, like my guess gave me no points.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine. I think we can get you one more at the end there before we finish.
No, I used
up your time. Okay.
Sometimes like we just gotta pull the trigger.
All right, Mary, yours is up next. Hasn't up on the screen yet, but it will be in a second. Couple of seconds. 4 seconds. There we go.
4 seconds.
Oh, okay. Movies are best enjoyed before 6 p.m. The ideal time to watch a movie is Saturday at 11 a.m. Whew. Does that mean you have to... Okay, actually, I'm going to save this. Well, no, but I don't know the answer.
But if you start the movie at 5:30, does it have to wrap?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you have to start before 6 p.m. or, like, finish before 6 p.m.? I don't know. I mean, I feel like this would be the kind of take that my mom would have because she typically falls asleep before then. I don't know about the Saturday at 11 a.m. thing. But let's see. Let me check Puya's schedule on Twitch. What's he normally doing? Is he streaming at that time? Maybe that's his movie watching time. I don't know. I can't see the schedule.
I stream Friday nights at 11 p.m. on Twitch, and I go for about 4-ish hours.
But that gives you enough time to sleep and then start a movie at a nice 11 a.m. on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I see you have your Saturdays all blocked off for movie watching time. Interesting. Now, Mike has a child, and so maybe he's in the zone with my mom, just getting a little too tired at night, hard to stay up too late and watch a movie when it's that, you know, he's got to take multiple showers. So, yeah, you know, I can see that one happening. Allie, though, I feel like Allie, it could be one of two things. Maybe she's like, I got better things to do in the evening than watching a movie, and so I'd like to get that movie watching out of the way when other people are doing other things so that I can like, or she's like, no, I'm going to bed early. I got a busy life, busy day in the morning. This could be anyone. It's not me though, because I disagree with it.
That would be fun if you were like going through it and you're like, I think I'm gonna have to pick myself.
This is, you know what? This is the kind of thing, Puya, you should do a round of this where you have people write it and then wait like a year before doing it so they don't even remember if it's their own takes.
Ooh. I can tell you that there are takes from other guests that have not been used that I'm sure the mods still have access to. So that's actually a solid shout for next year.
The chat hates this take. Just telling you guys. Hates.
Who hates this?
The chat.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm shocked. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any guy. Okay. Mike, non-pandemic times, do you prefer watching movies at home or in the theater?
So in the theater, I agree with this take because I do feel like not only is the matinee, look, movie prices are extraordinarily overblown, and I think the matinee prices are substantially cut, so that really helps things. I like the ability to walk out of a theater during the day and like you're a little bleary-eyed, but you feel like you have the rest of your day as opposed to at night, which is another reason why I feel like you would want to start the movie earlier in the evening as well. I want to have stuff to do after the movie. I don't want the movie to be the end of my night, personally. But to go back to your question, I personally more so like to, obviously pre-pandemic, I was usually about a half and half. Like I would go to the theater more often than I do now, but I would also watch a fair amount at home.
This is really hard. Allie, have you ever been to one of those movie theaters where you can like eat a full meal at them?
Yes.
And what's your pro con?
So I actually just was talking to my friend about this. So there's a movie theater at a mall near my parents' house we used to go to a lot. And it's like was one of the first big theaters with like the recliners that are like ginormous that I went to. I do not like eating in the dark. I mean, I have a routine. I get a popcorn and a pink lemonade. I never get a pink lemonade except I'm at a movie theater. But I ordered food at this like AMC, whatever, and it gets served to you during the movie and you can't see what's in your bowl. That freaks me out.
Yeah.
I like to assess the situation. So
I love movie popcorn, but it's like a nuclear war zone when the lights come up in the movie. There's so much strewn about in my immediate radius.
But what I like about those theaters, and this will be a surprise to no one, alcohol sold in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Good time.
Puya, how many movie, or I guess not just TV, it has to at least have some movies on it, streaming services do you subscribe to?
How many streaming services that have movies on it is the question?
Yeah, like that you have.
Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, so Netflix, Hulu. I don't think Discovery Plus has any movies on it, so that's out. 2. I have 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Question for the panel at large. Puya and Allie, I would like you to tell me what your typical bedtime is. Mike, I would like you to tell me what Asher's is.
Oh, cute.
All right, let Mike go first.
More interested in Asher's bedtime.
Asher's bedtime is currently 7:30 p.m. But we do a bath time at 6.
Gotcha.
I usually go to bed around 2, and I wake up somewhere between 2 to 3, to be honest. I wake up somewhere between 9 and 10:30.
As Puya and anyone who podcasts with me knows painfully well, or anyone who tries to schedule me for a podcast knows, I have zero control over my schedule. Zero. So I was asleep at like 6 the other day because I had the opportunity to sleep and I hadn't slept in a while, and I'm up till 4 a.m. some day. Like, I have no schedule. Sadly,
Mike, what time do you go to bed?
Put your tear emojis in the chat.
What time do I go to bed at? Probably between like 10:30 and 11 usually.
Someone said you shook your head when I said mine, and I was like, "What is Mike sleeping?"
Yeah, that is bananas to me. I've not seen 2 a.m. since days of certain online reality games that will not be spoken of anymore.
Did you stay up for New Year's or no? You went to
No. Oh God, I have not stayed up for New Year's in half a decade at least.
Oh my God.
That should have been one of my takes. Staying up for New Year's is a worthless activity.
Sam says creeping up on that bedtime now, Mike.
Yeah, I think that the hardest part here with Mike is like I believe that based on everything Mike said, I feel like whether or not this was his take that he agrees with this one, I just think the hard part is I feel like Mike's such a busy guy that like I think that like the Saturday the morning thing, is that when he's watching movies, or you think he'd be doing so many other things, so many active things? But maybe it's like we can put the movie on while we play with the kid. Jeez, so hard.
So who do you think is the least busy?
Well, it's not busy. It's just when your schedule is. Because like I'm a night owl, so that's why the movies are a good time. And I feel like Puya may or may not be that same way, but Puya also does like he's Twitch streaming in the evenings, so maybe he's like can't watch movies. Like to watch a movie. This is really hard. I don't have a good gut feeling on this, so I'm gonna go with Mike, but I really don't. I don't know.
Wish it was mine. I agree with most of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I felt like you agreed with it, even if it wasn't yours.
This is very much Mike bait. Yeah, this is Mike bait.
Yeah, it was you.
Me. And I didn't do it as Mike bait, honestly.
Oh.
This is the one where I said, "Oh, this is so obviously me," and my friend was like, "No one, I know this about you," but like, and I was like, "Oh, there is a dad on the panel." So
I was gonna say,
but see, like, and that's the problem is like, because I feel like Mike always agrees with them, and it's not his. I didn't think it was Puya. I was kind of down between the two of you, but I think the reason I ruled you out, Allie, was because I thought that you would be someone who like just is like, oh no, I'm not wasting my time on a Saturday watching a movie. I'm gonna go. Not that movies are a waste of time, but like I felt like you'd be like more interactive with other people.
That's the
people
brunch
would think I like do things socially. I was a part of the midday movie club, which was just me and my friend Mike going to movies at noon in law school on like a Friday.
That sounds great.
I will fall asleep. Like what made me think of this take is I watched Ferris Bueller with a friend at like 9 p.m. and I fell asleep. I mean, I'd seen Ferris Bueller many times, but I think a movie, especially an animated movie, I love watching like first thing on a Saturday morning. Maybe you're still in bed, you open the laptop or whatever. I love watching movies during the day when I can like fully pay attention. That's like the only time I like seeing movies.
Was this written with the idea of watching movies at home, not the theaters?
No,
or was it
mid-afternoon, mid-morning movie club, we went to the theater.
Okay,
I saw Little Women at like 11:40 a.m. showing.
Like this
and
is
got
like
pancakes with pancake syrup before.
At home, I'm watching movies more in the evening, but like for the movie theater, this is 100% right. I hate it when you leave the movie theater and it's like, well, my day is over because I started the movie at like 6 or 7 o'clock and now it's nighttime. Like I like those early
recliners begging me to fall asleep. I went to see the Lego movie at 4 p.m. and I was like fighting sleep. It's dark. I don't care what time it is. It's dark and I'm in a recliner. Your girl is out.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, chat. Sorry to upset you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the chat was like all in on me. They're like, "Oh, Dad's him.
That's a
that's
father take if I've ever seen one."
Don't knock it till you try it. Watch Onward at 11 a.m. this Saturday. Get back to me.
All right. Next one's gonna be Mike's.
Here we go.
We'll see.
Bring it on.
There we go.
Let's see. It's not popping up. There we go. Oh, look at the synergy going on.
Yeah.
Movie theater food/drink prices are appropriate. Wow. Okay, this might be the hottest take of the day.
That's hot.
That is hot. All right. Well, Puya, talk to me because I'm wondering if this is maybe Canadian theaters are different than American movie theaters. I don't know if you can do rough currency estimation in your head, but when you would go to the movies back in Canada, what was like the typical amount that you spent, including the ticket price if you want to?
So here's the honest truth. The only time I've made purchases at the movie theater, like food kiosk, is when I've went to the movies with Liana because I didn't know what her thoughts were on it. Otherwise, we're smugglers. We smuggle stuff because
Smugglers.
I'm not about to. It's ridiculous. I'm not about to pay
cute.
the entry price for food, but more so for food than even the movie. So, but I can tell you that like a soda, like a large soda is about like $7. I feel like the popcorn is somewhere around the same price as well. The candy is even more pricey for like what you would pay outside, because like I feel like it's harder to compare the popcorn with like what popcorn would be outside, right? But when I see a bag of Skittles, I know what the price is on retail outside, and I know what I'm paying on markup. So, yeah.
Mary, what's your typical back when you used to go to the theater for that 11 a.m. matinee? What was your typical order for concessions?
Yeah, so like Puya, I'm a smuggler, but I'm only a smuggler of the candy, and then I will usually purchase either a drink or popcorn or both, depending on the time of day. This is why I like those food-based ones, because I like a nice like movie theater that offers brunch or like a dessert drink deal combo that's kind of fancy. I'd be willing to spend more money on that. Here's what I will say for this question. I have had a running theme of talking with Kirsten on my podcast about how she has ordered like delivery popcorn from the movie theaters. And my take on that was, how are you doing this? Because it's like $12 in America and I can't, and then you add on the delivery fee. And she's like, it's not that bad. So wherever she's at in Canada, popcorn prices are lower.
So Allie, I'll echo Mary's question to you. What was your, because I know you talked about how much you love sort of like the whole entertainment all-in-one aspect of a movie theater. What was your typical order before you cuddle up into that recliner and fall asleep while watching the Lego movie?
So when I first go, I always assess at a new theater a kids combo. What's the
yes?
Now that
no, the
moved...
kids combo. Sorry, Mike. That's the actual answer. I buy the kids combo because it's the cheapest thing. It's usually cheaper than a large drink or even a small drink.
So a kids combo.
No, you explain it. No, you explain it. I'm just saying I have
I don't order
it
as often because they've moved to fruit snacks in most theaters.
Oh no, I love it. I go for the fruit snacks. That's the best part. You get a fruit snacks and a little bucket of popcorn and a drink.
So a kids combo is like a little collection of a small drink, a smaller amount of popcorn, and it used to be at my home theater, which is now closed, the Rialto for Sam Moore in the chat, Reese's Pieces option. You had like two options. You always get the Reese's Pieces. So I always assess the kids combo. I'm not like Mary. I don't default to it. I'm more often than not disappointed, and I get a medium because I'm not a psycho. I can't get the giant one. A medium pink lemonade. I feel like a little like Alchemist when they have the giant Coke machine and you go and it's like ding ding. It's like the pink syrup and then whatever. It's probably gross. And then a popcorn. I used to never get butter as a child, but now I rebel and I get the disgusting liquefied butter substitute.
I love it, but it feels like straight up like chemicals straight out of Teenage Ninja Turtles too, like just directly into your body.
I don't even think I like
the
it,
taste,
honestly. I
hate
like the
the touch.
experience. I like
Oh
the
yeah,
experience.
the feel is your hands are like you can't ever get your hands clean. You have to take several full hand wash showers. As
It's
Mario
time to
put.
take chopsticks to the theater if you're popcorning. I feel like.
But as far as
it's time.
as far as the price, I do often feel like a sucker. I don't feel like a sheep. I am often a sheep in my life, but nothing makes you feel like a sheep more than putting your credit card across for like a $21, especially in New York. I mean, like if you buy a popcorn and a drink in a New York City theater, you're out like $35. But
Yeah.
I do it every single time. Every time.
This is why you gotta at least smuggle that candy, because you cannot pay the $5.75 for a box of $1 Skittles.
Okay. All right. So 3 very different things here, because so Allie and Mary both have the sort of less so when you think food and drink, we usually think popcorn and candy, less so about the entire experience of possibly having brunch or having alcohol with it, which I would think might make this opinion a bit less hot, because in that way you're sort of just like paying for a meal like you would at a restaurant instead of overpriced candy and popcorn. So I'm going to go with Captain Kids combo here. I'm going to go with Mary, since I did not go with her last time.
I also once famously smuggled in a bag of pre-popped popcorn that I got at Target for $1 because $12 popcorn is ridiculous. No, these are not appropriate prices. I am like Allie, I will still pay them, but they're not appropriate.
Was it Puya?
It was me. I don't smuggle. I feel awkward and I feel like I'm going to get caught. My sister smuggles and I steal from her. But I will always get a drink I always get myself a fountain drink from the movies, always, because I want the large size. I'm not about to smuggle a can. I want the large size. And then I've mentioned this before, but I like movie theater nachos. So I do have that. For me, here's the thing. I'm not going to the movies like I don't go to the movies every week, right? I go to the movies when I want to see a movie I really want to see. So when I do that, I am more than willing to pay what I want to pay for the stuff I like. But I agree with Mary. Like, I would never buy the candy there. Never. I would never buy the candy there. But when it comes to like my little nachos, my big drink, I'm fine with the prices. I've made my peace with it, and I think like it's built into the experience for me now. It's built into the experience for me, so I'm definitely okay with it. Liana and I went to the first Jumanji, and we had the fancy VIP movie. Yeah, I've seen 3 movies in the theater with Liana. Okay, Jumanji 1, Jumanji 2, and Cats. And Jumanji 2 and Cats were on the same day.
Yeah,
okay?
Puya, I am stunned that 67% of the films that you saw in the theater these past 3 times starred Kevin Hart. That feels like a no-no for you, that you walked into the theater to watch that man.
I know, but like, listen, my love of Jumanji and The Rock more than balanced out Kevin Hart's nonsense. Jack Black was also there, which is, I'll take it. It was good. Also, again, nostalgia trip. But here's the thing. For the VIP theater, like, yeah, we got the drinks. There's like obviously a bigger menu, but like we got one drink and I was like, it's all right. But like, I don't know. I like my soda and my nachos. You know, that's the way it is.
Yeah, so I think that the take is more so that like you have conditioned yourself into believing that these are appropriate prices.
Like, it's equal parts like I've accepted it, but honestly, a lot of it comes into I do not want to end up in an awkward spot, and I just even the 5% chance of getting caught smuggling. I don't even think they give a shit anymore. I think this used to be a bigger deal. I don't think they really care anymore, but I'm just like, I'd rather not be the one. So like my sister would pull up and she's got literally a Snapple. She's got hella candy. She's got a bag of Smart Food. And I'm like, listen, I don't want anything, but if you offer it, I'll take it off your hands. She was like, oh, I bought you these Maltesers. I was like, bless you. I didn't even ask for that, but I'll have them. It's a good time.
Yeah, the only time I ever got quote-unquote caught was that Angela had smuggled in mini Reese's Cups into us seeing This Is 40. And on the way out, the guy, I had like it in my hand while I was talking. The guy said like, "Oh, we don't sell those," and I went, "Yup," and then I just walked out because there were no consequences.
What are you going to do? Detain me? Like, it's over. The food's been eaten.
I did once. I know I said I'm not a smuggler, but I did smuggle in 2 Five Guys meals, 2 or 3 Five Guys meals into the Times Square movie theater because it was like after work and we were going to see Ocean's 8, the one with the women. Is that Ocean's 8?
Yep.
And we were like looking for a place to grab a bite quickly, and like everyone was getting off track, and there were like 15 of us, and so we just went to the Five Guys that's right there. I threw it into my purse and I put my shoes on top because you will get your bag checked, like in a New York City theater.
Yeah.
And so they opened it, saw my shoes, and it was like giant. Either they caught me and were like, "You have to eat that outside." And we're like, "Yeah, okay." And then we like went in with I had a giant bag stuffed with burgers and fries, and was like passing them out to the people that were with me.
Yeah, I remember we smuggled a whole like buffet menu from Wegmans. If people are in the area to know Wegmans, when we saw The Happening back in like 2008, we had legitimately a full meal to watch Marky Mark talk to some plants. It was a fantastic evening.
I've been to the movies with my bro Nabil, who's in the chat, and like he brought in a can of Pepsi, and literally the way this kid had to wait for like a big action sequence to try and open this can because of the paranoia of like it was too good. But no, I like Mel's point in the chat of like bar drinks at bars are very much marked up. So like if you commit to that life, you should be okay committing to the movie theater life too. But for some reason it does feel different. I don't know why.
Appropriate is an interesting choice of words though.
Right.
Like willing to pay versus appropriate.
Yeah.
But I take the take.
Yeah, exactly. I think appropriate to me has the connotation of like you get this stuff and you go, this feels right. I feel good about this.
No, I was so happy because I knew this was one of my takes that were still left in the bag. So when we talked about movie theater stuff this past round, I was like, I hope Mike gets mine. I hope he does because I think that's the only way I'll get away with it. Yeah, it's too good. Okay, now for the final one. Give me my take. Give me my last take. Hopefully I get on the board. I just don't want to get shut out here. That's all I care about. And having fun. Ooh, wrong. Burgers with 2 patties are a disgrace to burgers.
Tell us how you really feel.
So, now I want to go over to Ali real quick. Ali, you just talked about getting a bunch of burgers and smuggling them into the movie theater. What is your regular burger order?
At Five Guys or in life?
Five Guys, I feel like no. In life.
One of my favorite stories is the first time I ever went with my dad to Five Guys. He had never been, and he ordered it medium rare. And I was like, "You don't get temperature here, dude." All right.
You get burger.
I order my burger medium rare. I do cheese and raw onion and avocado if I'm feeling it, and that's it. Ketchup. I don't do lettuce and tomato.
Oh wow. Avocado, you said? And does that slap?
I'm California, baby. Like red onion.
No, avocado slaps on a burger.
Interesting. Mary, are you a big burger person?
So, like, it's very dependent on where the burgers are from because burgers are all very different. Like, if I'm going to a sit-down restaurant, pretty much never going to order a burger because there's usually something else on the menu that sounds more interesting. But, like, if you're going to a burger place or if you're grilling burgers at your house, I'm definitely I'm a Swiss cheese on a burger person.
Okay.
Swiss cheese and mustard. But like most of the time if I was ever going to like crave a burger, I'm actually going to specifically crave like a McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese. And not that that's like the best burger, but it's like a specific type of craving. I'm never going to be like, "Oh, I got to go to wherever I can't think of like a sit down restaurant, but like a Burger Bach or I don't know where else." Like a place like that, I'm going to probably order something like they usually have like Philly cheesesteaks or something like that. Like I'd probably rather have that if I'm at like a sit-down restaurant.
I forgot I'm a strict vegan. I've never had a burger.
No, Allie, we read your character before. That's not you.
Oh.
And Mike, what's your burger go-to?
So my burger go-to is real simple. Usually ketchup, mustard, and pickles. I might dabble with this with a bit of tomato, not the lettuce. The lettuce is either going to be like just bad lettuce or it's just going to get so muddled in everything else that it's going to wilt and not really have that crispness to it. So I like to go with usual simple tastes that go together on a burger.
Are you picnic lunching all your food? Where are you going? Where the meat is drying out on everything and the lettuce is all wilted? Like,
oh yeah, I should forget. I live in a commune where we just leave all our food out in the open all day, and we feast on whatever remains by the time we get to it at the end of our work shift.
No offense to this take, but the hottest burger take around is that you guys put mustard on your regular.
Oh, I love mustard. Is perfect
mustard,
on a burger.
Mustard on a turkey burger, but mustard on a regular burger.
Oh yeah, it's good.
This is the last take we're doing, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I had a couple food takes that were about mustard and how like ketchup is, it's like fine, but it's not necessary
you might
on like a
back
burger.
And then you're gonna need new takes.
Nah, I'll come up with new takes.
If I remember this, if I remember this after a year, that would be impressive.
Yeah,
cool.
but like
after a year, so Mary can't come back for a full year.
It's not. You know what? That's fair.
I'll just make new takes. I'll make new takes.
Not new takes.
I think that like. I'm not saying like, oh, just have mustard on the burger. Like I'm with Mike. You know, you put some pickles on it. I like the onions are good. I'd say that I'd rather have the lettuce over the tomato though. Like the tomato is fine. I just always feel like when you bite into the burger, it like falls out onto the side because like tomatoes have all that juice.
Tomato is slippery. Tomato is slippery.
It's slippery.
I do like the a good lettuce crunch on a burger is phenomenal. Mods, can we get a quick poll in the chat about mustard on burger, yeah or nay? Because I feel like I'm seeing a lot of division and I do love it. So I would like to see more of that. So, Allie, what is the worst burger you've ever had?
I love burgers. I'm not like Mary. I'll order a burger out frequently. I at one point had myself limited to one burger a month, and that was a much healthier time in my life. Worst burger I've ever had. I think to me, it's when I can't think of a specific time. It's when I expect a really good burger. So like, it's not even like, oh, I'm above this quality of burger, like a certain place, whatever. It's like, if I'm like, oh, this is the best burger in the city and I'm coming and I'm ready to go. And it's like dry and they don't have onions as a standard or whatever. Their cheese is like, just like American. I mean, I like American cheese, whatever. But like, if it's just not right, the bun is, I think sometimes like the bun is hard and then it's like, forget it.
You had me at dry.
Cafeteria lunch burger, worst burger I've ever had.
I gotta vote in this.
Yeah, a quick one. Bacon on a burger, yay or nay?
Well, that's anti-Semitic.
Sometimes.
I don't eat pork, but bacon looks good to me on a burger. If I ate pork, I would have it.
Okay.
Meat on meat.
I'm not paying the like extra $2.50 for it, but like if it's already there.
So the reason why I agree with this take and possibly wrote it is that I think there is a possibility of too much meat involved in like this whole dividing up of elements on the burger, and sometimes depending on how much you have in there, that bacon could be a little OTT, but certainly not as OTT as an entire separate patty on its own.
But like if you have bacon, you take one bite out of the burger and then you take the bacon off and eat it separately. Like who's trying to keep that bacon on there?
The amount of bacon that I have paid for and not received, because if a burger has bacon on it as the standard and you say no bacon please, you don't get that back. And many times they say, can I sub avocado for bacon? And they're like, oh no, sorry. And I'm like, really? It's $1.50 for bacon? No, I can't do it. So I'm paying for bacon left, right, and sideways, and I'm not getting any bacon.
That is,
These restaurants are horrible wherever you are.
Everywhere. Chicago, Michigan, New Jersey. Those are the only places I've ever lived. New York.
So for me, it's interesting, the whole like two patties thing, because man's be eating two patties. Okay. I've been doing it a long time, but I definitely recognize that like a Big Mac has two patties, but they're flat. But then like, if I go, like I've gotten a double patty at Five Guys and I'm like, this is too much for me. Like I can't do this. Okay. I've also had a burger called the Kitchen Sink that literally had like two patties and bacon, and like too much was going on there. Too much was going on. I ate it. It was delicious. Now that I think about it, I can't do that no more. So this is an interesting take because I'm looking at the word disgrace more than anything. More than anything, the word disgrace is like, this is someone who loves their burgers, who can find this to be a little bit disgraceful.
What gave you that impression?
I don't think gluttony is a problem. I don't think this person necessarily is like anti-glutton by any means. I'm just trying to sort out what is this conversation we're having. Who is so like, interestingly enough, Allie just talked about Five Guys, and now I'm like, if Allie's thinking Five Guys as like the standard, then yes, double patty, like you don't need that. You're fine not doubling up there. The price is way wildly different too there. But then Ali talked about like avocado on a burger. Oh, right. I'm monologuing at this point, so I'm not going to be answering any further questions or asking them. I'm just trying to figure it out. Mary was like, listen, I'll have it at home. Mike said, fuck your lettuce. I don't want the lettuce. No lettuce for me. Like a little playful onion. Oh, pickle. Playful pickle for Mike.
That's my other nickname.
Mike Playful Pickle Bloom. Okay.
You can call me PP.
I will not, but I appreciate the offer.
Oh shoot! I accidentally voted yes for mustard on a burger. So
yes,
actually,
you did it.
No, we're winning. We're winning.
No, Ali, yours was the winning vote.
Yeah. You
Wait,
broke the tie.
wait, no, I didn't. I thought the green meant I voted for it. Never mind.
Oh no, the green means it won. Yeah. Burgers with 2 patties are a disgrace to burgers. It ruins the integrity of burgers. Burgers need be patty, bread, cheese, and your choice of condiment, and you move on. Not much else going on. I've guessed Mike for one, I was wrong. I've guessed Mary for one, I was wrong. I've guessed all 3 of you for one, and I've been wrong. Ali. I'm going with Ali.
I'm so happy for you, Puya. It is me.
Yes! No shutout! No shutout!
On the board.
Yes!
So let me explain.
Okay.
So it's funny about Five Guys because Five Guys are really small burgers, I thought, but I haven't been there that frequently, and I ordered the little guy. So nothing upsets me more, and it was hard. You said the line. Nothing pisses me off more when a restaurant says burger and you order it and it comes with 2 thin patties. Because I tend to find a double burger means you're getting the same amount of meat, it's just thinner, and then it can't be cooked to temperature. So that was sort of my hint. Is like I prefer a medium rare burger, and instead I get 2 dry ass patties. Like not because they were left out, because they were left on too long.
That's a dap.
So I don't like that. I also find you can't. It's like a key thing with the burger is that the bun is the same size as the meat. And so if you're eating the 2 patties and they shift and they slide because of your mustard or your ketchup or your cheese, and then you're like eating meat and then you still have half of one patty and then half the bun and no. So if I'm in the mood for a burger and I go to a place and it says like 2 prime Angus beef patties, I'm like, next. I don't get it. It's a disgrace.
Okay.
Worse though is when they do the 2 patties and they add in that extra slice of bread. I think that's even worse because I don't want to.
That's the Big Mac, right?
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want a dry piece of bread in there.
I don't think I've seen a third bread anywhere else. I still don't think to this day
that
I've
feels
not seen.
like a yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
I
Ali,
am looking
you're
at
saying
the
that
menu
usually
right now.
double patty just means the same amount of meat just divided into 2 patties.
It's like 2 4-ounce prime Angus beef, dried out pieces of puck. And
yeah, especially if they smash burger
burger
them things and they overdo it, yeah, it will come off dry for sure.
I wonder, is your Five Guys in my area at least? Five Guys is like where you get a big burger, like the patties are gonna be
I haven't
big.
had it.
No,
in
it's
a
like the
minute.
little guy is small.
I think
so
they usually like. I think the way that they usually pack them up in the foil, they tend to squish them down. So like they're not going to be that. I'm like Puya. I started off in my Five Guys career being the regular one with the 2 patties, but I downgraded because I was like, I don't think my heart can handle this.
I stopped. I had it like a couple times. I was like, yeah, I think I'm good now. I think I've like moved past. No, I will say though, when a burger comes in like wrapped in foil, like that just to me, I feel like it's going to be a delicious time.
Like, this is a big enough burger, but look at the thickness of the meat, right? It's a thin patty, but it's like, everything else, fine.
Guys,
This
you gotta
was
make
fun.
Your own burgers.
Oh man, when I make my own burger, it's delightful. I don't think I've had a bad burger. I think it's mostly the disappointing factor. I feel like if I'm expecting it to be amazing and it's like okay, I'm still like this was good, but man, did I think I was going to be on another level tonight. Yeah.
Same page.
So everything's been at least passable because you've psychologically prepared yourself for it to be.
Yeah. No, there's a back in Dubai. TGI Fridays had this beef bacon burger, which to this day I will still never forget. It was, beef patty, lettuce, tomato, and then there was beef bacon, which is just pretty much crispier version of bacon. It's just not got like that like flexibility of bacon. I don't know how to explain it. And then there was this cheese patty in the middle, and that's what the cheese was. So like it was pretty much like fried cheese. Almost.
Oh, interesting. Was it formed in the shape of a patty though, or was it just?
Yes. It was a disc, and it was like it wasn't thick. It wasn't like overpowering. It was like a thin layer of cheese that was just like the perfect bite. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because if I'm thinking like a puck of fried cheese.
Right.
I'm reserving a bed at the hospital.
No, that's
I didn't
too
have dinner,
much.
and I'm about to order a burger after this conversation.
I know this sounds really good.
Get that avocado on it.
Diner.
Yeah.
No, I get a patty melt at the diner, and that is.
Ooh, patty melts are so good. They are
Change
so
your
good.
life.
Patty melts
Change your
are.
life.
I could kill a patty melt right now.
Mike, come on over. Bring a mask.
I got a banana.
It's 9 minutes past Mike's bedtime. He's about to go rinse off and go to bed. In that order.
Yeah.
He's gonna rinse off.
An RNS, rinse
I
and
learned
sleep.
a lot about you guys and what you think of me, and it was not flattering, but accurate.
Just because you don't give me vegan vibes,
It wasn't just
does not
you.
mean that it's not
It was. I'm
flattering.
picking someone who's a glutton.
I also thought that you were witty and would have rhymed
no, not
your
you,
thing.
Mary. It's not about you. It's just about you. It's
I
about
nearly
everyone.
took both of you out of the equation because you went for the kids combo. And I was like, but then Mike, I was like, I have to figure it out. Because let's listen. The thing is,
I wanted you to pick. I'm happy. I didn't want to make it easy. I didn't make it easy. But I
no,
wanted
I'm
you to
so
pick me.
happy. It's a tie. It ends up being a tie
Yeah,
for first place and a tie
tie all
for
around.
second. It's easy pickings. Good
Tie
time.
for last. I don't know. Second.
Listen, I'll take last. It's fine.
take
Listen, what was my score? It was a less than 2, so I win. Boom.
Oh,
Branding on point.
Me too.
Hey, Mike is wearing it too. See,
Me less than
that
2.
worked. Couldn't have been better. No, seriously, all three of you, thank you so much. I recognize with this game stream, like it requires you to bring stuff, right? You're like submitting shit, but I appreciate all three of you being interested and giving it everything and coming through and having a good time. I'm gonna start in the same order we did last time for your plugs and whatever you want to say. Parting words here for the stream. Ali, what say you? What's going on in your world?
This was so fun, Puya. NGOG drops in an hour and 20 minutes. And I did an alley from the editing room to say that I was going to be on here because famously, Puya, I thought this was next week, so I didn't plug it.
Yeah.
So I was like, actually, I'm also going to be on with Puya. So check that out at anchor.fm/New Girl Old Guy, me and Kiwi, talking mostly about our takes, our hot takes, cold takes, not really about New Girl, but occasionally. We had Naomi Calhoun on. It was really fun. You can check us out at the Challenge for Hapa, Brian Cohen and myself. robisthewebsite.com/challenge iTunes. And you can follow me at Lash Tweets. And anytime, Puya. I got 3 more takes that haven't been used. I'm ready to come back.
You will be. Neither of you, this is not your final appearances in this year. I know.
Otherwise, you can find me controlling the chat at Puya's Twitch.tv.
I don't think controlling's the right word. I think leading the chat because you are a leader.
I'll control the chat.
Give me big captain vibes, which is a compliment. There's no way
of the
you're
chat.
going to look at that and be like,
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
all right.
Oh, and you can check me out. In 3 seconds, I have to go record the Seinfeld patron podcast with Jared and Alexander Chester on my Prime Network, 32 Fans Patron podcast.
All right. Now, Mike, what say you? Before you go Betty bye, well, what say you, Mike? What's going on?
See, this is the reason why we need abbreviations and contractions, because I just need to condense all the plugs that I do into one succinct bite, not a double patty size. Follow me at a Mike Bloom type. I podcast on the reg talking Lost every week with Josh Wigler on Down the Hatch. We are currently in Lost Season 4. It's a lot of fun. I am podcasting with she who showers doubly, has an incredible Instagram, my lovely wife, Angela Bloom. We have a podcast called The Bloom Files on Posha Recaps, where every week we watch The X-Files. It's her favorite show of all time. I haven't seen a lick of it. It's so weird, and we talk about our various reactions to it. I will also say as well, I'm going to be getting the B&B back together briefly because Liana Boris is going to be appearing with me on Posha Recaps Theater next week. We're going to be talking some really stupid stuff there, which I'm very happy about. And then over on the reality TV side of things, I'm covering Survivor South Africa Season 5 with Shannon Gus. I'm covering Tough as Nails Season 2 with Rob Cesarino and Jessica Leese. I'm doing Outwit, Outplay, Outlist with Rob Cesarino. We're talking with Jenny Autumn this week. We're doing Survivor's most memorable musical moments. And as Mr. Musical Sex Man himself, I feel it's in my wheelhouse. I'm really excited about it. We're going to get into a lot of great stuff there. We're doing that on Friday. And then besides that, something really cool that happened today was I got published in a magazine for the first time in print. I got published in Cinema Editor magazine. I did a piece where I interviewed 8 different reality TV editors about the various things they do in their medium and how they're similar and how they're different. And I pinch myself every day that I get to do everything from like coming on and shooting the shit with all of you who I've had the distinct pleasure of getting to talk with and interact with over all these years, to getting written up in a freaking black and white and red all over magazine. It's truly
that's so exciting.
It's awesome.
It was a great, thank you. It was a great day, and I got the first COVID vaccine as well. So it's like it was a good Tuesday, and I got this overall like really.
Which was better?
We're all tied for number one. All right, all tied for number one. And I will tease one more quick thing. It's in the works, but I may be doing something Big Brother Canada related with Taryn Armstrong coming in the next 7 days or so. It's a maybe, but stay tuned. There might be some stuff happening as we near into opening day for that.
You know what I was thinking? I don't hear enough from Taryn and Mike Bloom.
Truly,
the crossover we need.
Just separately and apart.
Yeah,
no, that's really
we're both so
exciting. That's
overexposed.
awesome.
We're just patches of white light at this point.
Yogurt, just blob spoons of yogurt. Okay.
And Mary, last but not least, of course, fellow Twitch streamer, what you be up to?
I don't have quite the hefty list that either Mike or Allie had. If you like really last minute Riverdale podcasts, they usually come out like 1 to 2 days before the next episode. But those happen over on Kowski Cast, which is Cow with a K. And we're finishing up our Yachtis for Twi-Fight. So if you want to check out the Twilight podcast, where we go through and debate the pros and cons, me and my high school friend who hates the books and I love them. And so we're going through that and dropping another episode later this week or possibly weekend. Otherwise, yeah, you can find me everywhere at Frail Mary on Twitter and whatnot. I don't have like a active running show on Rob's podcast, but like they ran sporadic stuff there, and probably more so with Big Brother Canada coming back on Twitch, twitch.tv/FeralMary. You can check out the nostalgic and retro gaming that we do over there. That's what we're doing tomorrow night. If you want to check out the what did we vote on? Star Wars: The Phantom Menace PlayStation 1 game.
Oh, I thought for a second it's not episode 1 pod racing though, is it?
No,
slaps.
not the episode 1 pod racing, though there is a great section where you go through the Mos Eisley Cantina, and it's amazing. So we're going to start with that, going through those, and otherwise just like occasional Fall Guys kind of stuff on Twitch, but mostly we're trying to get more into that retro gaming. So if you want an idea of what that is, check out my YouTube channel for Mary, where I dropped a 5-minute clip of me playing the old Nintendo Entertainment System game Mick Kids, which is McDonald's Kids.
I saw that. The compilation of all the times you fell, right?
Yeah. Well, all the times I just fell off the side of the planet. So there's that. But yeah, we got a little chill family happening over there.
Perfect.
This was fun. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Pleasure's all mine, team, honestly. And thank you for coming on. And thank you to the mods for both moderating the chat, curating the form, making sure that all the prompts came out quickly and with no haste. Listen, no time, basically. And thank you for putting everyone's plugs in the chat. I'm seeing them sequentially. Anything you fired off, they put in the chat. So I do appreciate that. As far as me goes, I did my 90 Day Fiancé podcast yesterday with Rob and special guest Jatia, who was phenomenal. She had some fire takes. It was a good time. And then I got blindsided with a cameo.
Yeah, happy belated birthday. Geez, sorry about that.
Thank you. No, I mean, Ali, you were there for the celebration Friday night.
Yeah, I was. I remember the disrespect.
Oh my God, not like this. So that was a great time. So you can go check that out, see how that went. I will be back talking Masked Singer when that premieres on the 10th of March. I read today that they're gonna have a new wild card thing going on, where basically there's gonna be like the contestants are the contestants, and then every now and then they'll have a new performer that'll come in and try and uproot someone that's within the cast to like take their spot.
Allie, it's a mercenary from the challenge.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So Smashley confirmed in the mix for Masked Singer. And then as far as other things go, obviously Big Brother Canada is going to be opening back up, which means I'll probably be talking about it here and there for sure. And then if you are a fan of the content here, I will be back Thursday with a date night, and then Friday the pad, usual fare. No birthday messages this time around. but it'll be fun nonetheless. And regular Among Us on Sunday this week. Roster TBD. I will LYK FS for sure. Okay, cool. And on that note, take care, have fun, stay hydrated, and remember, burgers are great. Get you one tonight. Bye.